Okay. And with 2 minutes to go, we're going to go ahead and switch over to our splash screen for the day. This is going to be Let Us Attack versus the United Emu Directorate for Tier 0, not Tier 1. Messed that one up. We're going to start off with Kiko versus Lightswarm for TVZ. We're going to have Naklar versus SesioM, SR Jedi 1 versus Neblime, and then toysoldiers versus Nagnar. So a lot of fun games will be had, probably. Probably. Alright. And with 1 minute going on, we are going to hop into starting with our first game. Like I said, we're going to start with Kiko versus Lightswarm for TED VZ. Let me switch our OBS video processor. I'm just realizing I probably did not correct. I remembered to do literally everything else except for this. Okay. And now we're gonna go ahead and start our games. Let me reorganize everything. Alright. Oh my god, guys. If you want the best followers, primes, and viewers on mountviewers.com, remove the space from Agent Trek. All I know is that that person is getting banned. There we go. Okay, yeah. We're gonna hop into the game now. This is gonna be Kiko versus Lightswarm, our first game of our first match of Tier 0 of Week 2 of Let Us Attack versus United Emu Directorate. I'll load the game in, and while it's counting down, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. It was a good sip. In the top right corner of Butter, we have the Olive. This is Olive. Yeah. We have the Olive Terran. Kiko. 2 lines. Are these Tier 1 games? They are not. They are Tier 0 games. I informed the staff incorrectly because I am bad at making announcements. So, in our top right corner, we have Kiko as the Olive Terran, representing the Let Us Attack team. In the bottom right corner, we have Lightswarm, representing the Navy Blue. So this isn't the standard blue that's in the game. This is one of the additional blues that they added, I think. But they are the blue Zerg in the bottom right, representing the United Emu Directorate. So I think this team comes from an alternate StarCraft timeline where the Australians, where like when Dougal and Stukov come to the Coach-Pupil sector, they're Australian instead of vaguely Russian. Like, boy. I might. We're gonna throw a drone on the Barbie. Someone's gonna be mad. No. Okay, Lightswarm sending a drone out the scout. They've gone pool. Oh, okay, so it's just, looks like it's just an overpool. And, Kiko, meanwhile, is just building the engineering bay at the expansion. So we have the block set up here. This is really annoying for Zergs to deal with, and the SCV sees the Zerglings coming. Now there isn't any sort of wall set up here. However, you can set up a wall with your barracks right here. But Kiko is doing the more standard play, where you just set up the SCVs, and they block for the Marine, and it makes it really hard for the Zerg to actually attack in. And I think lightswarm realizes that and is pulling all of their Zerglings back, saying, okay, my opponent has responded correctly. The engineering bay was canceled in time to save the money on that, and we have our hatchery going up. Meanwhile, back at base, Kiko is kind of playing blind. They still have 4 SCVs not mining, so this worker lead isn't as big as you think it would be. Okay, now it looks like the Zerglings are coming back in, and they have reinforcements as well. So the question is, can lightswarm focus fire down, target down the SCVs? I think with 4 Marines sort of ready to set up the guns, I don't think there's a way this gets broken. 4 Marines is just a lot of DPS, and they have to and lightswarm will have to individually A move on each SCV to break through. I guess he could get like this one and then this one, and then kind of like sneak in that way. Oh, but Kiko is moving SCVs out of the picture. This is okay. That could have been very bad, but Kiko moves his SCV right back into the wall. Lightswarm getting their expansion up, droning up. Actually, lightswarm is getting way more Zerglings behind this. It looks like they're going to be committing somewhat to the Link Flood to try to keep Kiko on one base. Now the thing is, once you start getting a pretty high number of Marines, the Zergling count kind of starts to not matter, and the Marines will just be able to push out and shred through any number of Zerglings that are coming up. I think Kiko has been pretty steadily producing Marines at this point, that I don't know if there is... Ooh, nice sort of catch on the SCV there. Marines, get an SCV. Get a Zergling. Kiko getting their second barracks up. Getting their academy is almost finished. Meanwhile, lightswarm getting their spire up and getting ready for taking their third, so that they can still be one base ahead. Thank you, Crowbar, in the chat for redeeming points for a posture check. Yeah, so I think Kiko at this point has enough Marines where the amount of Zerglings won't really be a threat. Now, there will be Mutas coming out, and that's sort of one of the major points, right? Is you need the missile turrets up in time for the Mutalisks. We have the engineering base started, so I think Kiko is going to have the timing correct to have their missile turrets up to defend. Scans going down. Kiko sees the spire, so we'll know that they do need to prepare for Mutalisks. Does not see any other tech, as there is no other tech. Instead, lightswarm just has a bunch of Zerglings, and they're just making more Zerglings as well. Kiko has a 9-worker lead, and now Zerg can kind of get by on having less workers than their opponents in general, but I mean, 9 workers is a lot. Going up to 3 racks here. Missile turrets coming down in both the main and the natural, preparing for those Mutalisks. Zerglings, once again, they're just posturing out to make sure that if Kiko does any risky maneuvers, the Zerglings can kind of try to either backstab into the mineral line or get a flank on the Marines and medics. Another scan goes down, this time in the natural, confirming that there is no additional tech such as Hydralisk, but also there are no sunken colonies. And the issue with that is that when there are no sunken colonies, you just die to this kind of push. So the mutas are going to do their best of trying to like bait stims out of the Marines, limit the medic energy so that the Marines can't just run in and start fighting here. But huge Zerglings run by coming in on the main here, forcing Kiko to pull back. The mutas get on top of the missile turrets in the main. However, I think the retreat here by Kiko will be able to deal with this. I don't know how many, it looks like we have lost 1, 2, possibly going up to 3 or 4 SCVs, but all the mutas are going to get caught. The Zergling count is now completely eradicated. And now Lightswarm is getting their sunken colonies up. I wonder if they could have gone for the base trade there. Like lifted their CC, their barracks, just gone in, killed this base, killed this base. I mean, because they could have killed both of the bases with their army. It was halfway across the map. But here comes the second push out. I think Lightswarm is once again trying to get into a position. Ooh, the mutas kind of run right into Marine fire. Oop, catch mutas again. We're just playing over these cliffs here. Zerglings kind of just darting around. This Overlord is a bit out of position, and that's actually a crucial Overlord, as Lightswarm will get somewhat supply blocked from here. There's no Overlords in production. Hydra Den is done. Lurker Aspect is on the way. However, we do not have any Hydralisks here to morph, and the first sunken colony will be going down. However, that is a lot of Marines, and you really need 2 or 3 sunken colonies here already at this time to not die. Lightswarm GG's, and that is going to be game 1. All right. GG's to Kika. They played defensively, and they withstood the Zerg aggression. Open up our splash screen again as we are going to move towards the our second game, which is going to be on Polypoid. Let's open that up, check those. Okay, we're gonna hop right into our second game. Grass redeemed a lore cast, so we're gonna work off of what we were talking about earlier, where the United Emu Directorate is in our alternate StarCraft timeline, where Stukov and De Gaulle have thick Australian accents. They're really the Steve Irwin, like that level, like borderline offensive Australian accents. And then Lightswarm from the or Kiko from the Lettuce Attack is helping out the plant-based Protoss, because they are actually plant-based. This is a lot of effort for 350 points. So we have our Emus on one side, our Australian Terran, coming in to, I don't know, build Space Sydney. You know, instead of New Gettysburg, we're going to have, like, New Brisbane. Those are the only 2 Australian cities I know. And then on Kiko's side, we have this is like the Jim Raynor helping out the Protoss in the campaign. You know, except instead of helping out the Protoss are just all plant people, except literally actually lettuce. So that is interesting. We have a lettuce attacks, Terran allies scouting across the map, trying to make sure that the mind-controlled. Also, I might have the teams switched up, but I'm going to pretend that I don't think I do. But we have the mind-controlled Zerg of the Emu Directorate. All of the instead of having to position medics around an Overmind, they just fed it a kangaroo, and it was like, oh, I might. I don't know any. Alright. Our first Overlord gets into position. Jesus Christ, that is a very fast. So this time, Kiko kind of is already positioning the SCVs to defend. This is like really good star sense. I think they're just doing this based off of, isn't this a duo cast? It will be once character gets in with special guest character. So the SCVs are completely expendable. The General Kiko, they come from Australian prison. They do not, he is awake. It's just, I think he went to exercise for a moment. But these SCVs are from Australian prisons, which is pretty saying, wait, no, hold on. These are the lettuce attack. No, hold on. These are the Australian prisoners sent to sort of be rabid. I don't know. But Kiko's, imagine, I know. Kiko's expendable SCVs are put up front. These are the SCVs that tried to form a union, so they were like put on the front lines by their commander, Kiko, otherwise known as Jeff Bezos. One was forgiven. Yeah, so we're getting kind of into a similar situation with our tactics from last game, where once you get to a certain Marine count, you don't really need the SCVs to body block. However, we do still keep one SCV at the front just to mess up the Zergling pathing a little bit. But this SCV, he was a particularly ruthless inmate. He stabbed a guard and then sold ramen to his fellow inmates on the black market. Meanwhile, Lightswarm, following their directives from their Emu masters, just continuing to build Zerglings. They've gone up to the lair, and they are also getting the Spire. However, Kiku has an SCV on the scout path. He was sent on a suicide mission for the cause to try and figure out what ways the Zerg was mutating. And Lightswarm has heard from their masters that they must once again get into the Spire and terrorize the skies. Kiko expanding their base of operations further out. Once again, they have enough Marines so that the amount of Zerglings that come in, while they will put up a very heavy fight, they actually kill every single Marine. But, amazingly, these SCVs, oh my god, we have one Marine standing. This Marine now has PTSD and has to run back to base. He's panicking. But, really great maneuvers here from the SCVs. These are the pros. That's why they were sent to the natural expansion. They stay cool under pressure, and they run head first into the Zergling offensive. Well, another SCV is sent on a suicide mission. This is the second SCV from Kiko sent out to scout the Zerg. The Zerg Hive cluster, and it once again will get absolutely murdered. You know, we have several Mutalisks spawn, and they should. You're gonna help kill the SCV, and then they're gonna head over and start harassing the Terran base. However, Kiko already using the knowledge from their sacrificed SCV. He was getting over on the radio just in time to get these missile turrets, to let them know that they need to get these missile turrets up before the Mutalisks come in and kill everything. Missile turret spots an Overlord. And the Mutas just looking for they're hunting for the correct angle in which they can engage in here. Light Swarm, that is a lot of Mutas actually. So that is enough Mutas that they can dive in and pick off the Marines one by one, like some sort of horrifying, oh my god, they're getting the medics. The medics were unfortunately just surveying the area, but they are taken out and they will need to be replaced. Kiko, they are insanely important, those medics, to keeping the Marine ball alive. We have 9 Mutalisks with several Zerglings ready to sort of come in and also attack in the natural. You see we have 2 Marines positioned here to help defend the natural mineral line, as the majority of the Marines are told to stay back and defend the main base. But the Mutalisks, I think, just barely are not going to pick off that missile turret, but the Zerglings get in here, pick off the 2 guarding Marines of the SCVs. But the Zerglings will get eliminated, and this missile turret, unfortunately, this man is on fire. Someone please. This man, unfortunately, will not be repaired. He's caught on fire. He's screaming in agony, and just as his friends, his brothers, come to try and help save his missile turret building, he burns to death in, honestly, that's just gruesome. So that's why you need to repair your missile turrets. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know if you guys know, but lettuce, leave that shit out for too long, it starts getting nasty real quick. And I mean, that's what makes these Mutalisks so deadly, is that their attack is shooting out like this acidic bile that just sort of makes the lettuce age so much faster. And you go, oh man, I'm gonna go eat some lettuce, and then you take it out, and then like every third piece is just kind of like melting down. It's just disgusting. But we have a lot of lurkers here. Once again, Light Swarm not getting any. Oh geez, this is really bad. Kiko just going straight for the main. They're going to be able to get the... Oh, they're going for the Hydraless tech. Now, the lurkers are being built, but the Marines will get the Hydra Den, and the Mutas are going to come in and fight. Now, I think this entire army will get cleaned up, as that is a lot of Mutas, but the Hydra tech is now once again delayed. They'll have to wait for the Den to reproduce, which is an interesting choice of wording. I in hindsight, but I guess that is technically what the Den is doing. All the Zerg buildings are reproducing. That's kind of disturbing, but this is a pretty hard Zerg force. We have 8 Mutalisks and a bunch of lurkers ready to come up and kind of just deal. Like, the bunkers are set up, so Kiko is able to be defensive here and buy time for their tech to get up online. They have their starport. They're rushing to get that so that they can deal with the Zerg mutations. But one lurker's taken out. Scan goes down, but huge volley of lurker shots take out so many Marines. Kiko calls for his boys to retreat, but he loses too many. Too many boys are dead in the process. Meanwhile, the Zerg is establishing an extensive hive network across the map. A single Marine is sent out to scout to survey the area and make sure that the Zerg isn't expanding out. But unfortunately, there is a third base on the other side of the map. This Marine won't kill that drone. But Kiko now knows what's going on. Oh my god, that was a dive into the mineral line. Whoop. Okay, so that was a pretty serious dive. We're down to 4 Mutalisks, and again, when you dive in like this, you will take just a lot of damage. Now we're down to 3 Mutalisks. One is badly injured. So I think Lightswarm here is sort of going to be having their switching up their their plan, their scheme into being more lurker focused. We can see 8 lurkers in production. Defilers are on the way. So Lightswarm, with the power of 3 bases and about to go up to 4, they are going to really be activating. I don't know, be activating the high end of their capabilities. They're taking full advantage that Kiko has sort of been playing has been commanding his forces to be very defensive and protect their stake on Polypoid. And then they've just been sort of using this time to sort of build up their technological, biological mutations, so that once Kiko actually does start moving out, there will be this sort of highly advanced Zerg army waiting for it. As you can see, we have a lot of lurkers already in place. Scourge here to defend from the science vessels that have been taken out. Now, Kiko sending his forces out to start assaulting the Zerg main. I think he's realizing that in this position, maybe he's assessing his assessment is that with the Zerg popping bases all over this this planet, they will not be able to you know, last long on this in this fight. Instead, they are going for an attack on the main hive cluster, looking to take it out and cut the Zerg sort of off at the head. Meanwhile, Lightswarm receiving battle tactics from their Emu commanders, from the Australian Central Command. Stukov is in a chamber somewhere going like, "Oh, I might fuck 'em up. You gotta build defilers, yeah." And with that, the defilers come out and push Kiko, like sort of shut this offensive off. Kiko's army, their troops sort of do a rotation down. And yeah, I think the Zerg is just sort of pocketed all over. Kiko has a group of dropship ready. I don't think Lightswarm realizes that this is en route. However, there is a lot of Scourge. Lightswarm is kind of identifying that they want to really make sure that they own the air battle. You know, oof. But the Scourge will get shot down. This dropship is waiting for the command to head in, but again, Commander Kiko doesn't know that the Scourge are here, and the dropship is gonna try to find an angle. One Scourge picks it up, but it is only one aggroed. We have one badly wounded dropship. Engines failing as it is trying to figure out where it can possibly land to get these boys to safety. But one more Scourge out on the prowl. It's headed for these Marines, kind of try to stem, but this dropship just has to land. And as it lands, the boys they drop out of the ship, firing their guns to take out that Scourge before their captain is killed. And that is going to be a massive drop into the bottom left base. Unfortunately, the Nidus Canal has been set up, so it will be very easy for Lightswarm to rotate their army as they travel through the guts of the Nidus Worm. Whoa. So it's like, this is a worm, right? Like, it just looks really weird, right? Because like shit, where's the other one, right? Like, because it's like this, here's the teeth and it's the mouth, can kind of see a tongue. I just think it's weird because, like, if you go to the old school graphics, it's like, oh, it's just like a little, like, subway station looking thing, you know? But, like, in high def, you can see, like, the tusks and, like, it has little plating armor. I don't know. I think it's interesting. Anyways, if some irradiates going down, Kiko is now activating the biological warfare. They are enabled to you see, I guess because this army isn't coming from Earth, we have siege tanks sort of, wow, laying fire. But Dark Swarms will come down, and that is going to have to force Kiko to retreat because they will not be able to fight under the Dark Swarm. Tanks are falling, but oh, the Ultralists are getting aggroed out of the Dark Swarm and actually falling, and Kiko's taking a really nice fight here. Second Dark Swarm goes down. Ultralists are once again getting on this back line of tanks. They are unsieging and will be backing up, but Lurkers move forward, and they will be tearing through the Terran army. Once again, it really is that issue. Another dropship coming in. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Look, Marines get into the mineral line, take out most of the drones here. We see a pull, but Ultralists get in. The dropship sneaks by 2 Scourge. Now this is why you can't rely on, this is why these were phased out of the swarm, is you cannot rely on their sense of smell, as they do not have eyeballs. So they could not see a dropship flying right in front of them. And now this Marine Firebat drop is going to get on top. So many Overlords are going to get taken down. Looks like all the drones are going to have to rotate out. It doesn't get a lot of damage done, but it does stretch the light swarm thin, you know. Dougal and the Commander Light Swarm for the Emu Directorate, they're back in like the Psi Disruptor, just hitting buttons randomly. Like they're trying to figure out, like, oh shit, there's a drop going on here. Pull a lever, get all the things in the Nidus Canal. But now we have battle cruisers out, and battle cruisers are kind of like a turbo late game solution to the Zerg, right? Once you get battle cruisers out, because the thing is, right, you really have to be careful with defilers, because plague on battle cruisers is pretty crazy. You get plague and hydralisks and it'll knock them out. But literally everything else the Zerg has doesn't work. So it's kind of crazy what Terran is capable off of 2 bases, but again, we do have to remember that these are Terran that have aligned themselves with the lettuce Protoss. Yeah, see, and that's why Scourge aren't good against BCs, is because battle cruisers will literally one-shot them. And so it just takes an overwhelming amount of Scourge to actually trade well with battle cruisers. Anyways, but we do have to remember that even though the Terran is on 2 bases, they are getting support from the lettuce-based Protoss. So they might have some, you know, tech capabilities beyond what the normal Protoss the normal Terran is able to do. However, with no battle cruisers back at home to defend, that is a lot of Ultralisks just tearing through the Terran defenses. Now, I think they will get cleaned up, but a Dark Swarm does go down, and that means the Ultras will be able to break the natural here. Yeah, a lot of Scourge detonating on top of the Science Vessel there. Scourge are getting taken out by the missile turrets, but again, these Ultras are just getting so much damage done. I'm not sure where the battle cruisers are. It looks like they are harassing the bottom right base here, but you know, Light Swarm, the SCVs are fighting the Ultralists, and I think Kiko will be able to hold against this Zerg assault. But, and there's a lot of Scourge coming out. You see, they just need so many Scourge. Like, that was all that Scourge, and they still haven't killed every battle cruiser that's over here. 6 more Scourge will spawn, 4 will take out and kill a battle cruiser. So it's just very gas inefficient. But once again, like, these Ultralists are just tearing through. Kiko sending out the GG. So Commander Kiko, sort of. Okay, that's depleted. That has 3,000 get. Oh shit. Okay. Well, character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was a GG. I don't. Well, never mind. It's 93 Zerg supply. That's a lot of Zerg. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. That good game makes sense. Let's head out. Let's get our splash screen back up. Let's get character in the call. Help us cast our final game of our first series. Hey character, what's up?
So, came back perfectly after the first series.
Yeah. Well, we have one last game to do. We're currently 1-1 for our Zerg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there is another game. Okay.
There's one more game, yes. And I am going to go ahead and get that game hosted so that you can join in. And I'm gonna real quick just go refill my coffee. Dead Infested in the chat says, let us go into the next game. And we are. As soon as I get my coffee. Okay. We've refilled the coffee. And we have a third game to get into. This one is going to be on Eclipse. And
Aye.
yeah.
Hey, Captain.
I
Aye.
want to see who can take it. Either the vegetable-based Protoss or the Australian
Emu
Directorate.
Directorate.
Yeah. The United Australian Emu Directorate.
Yeah. The UAED.
The UAED. Just imagine if just replace every line in the Brood War Terran campaign with like every accent is just heavily Australian.
Like it's rewritten so it sounds like it was talked by Australians.
Yeah. You mean to tell me you boys came all the way here from Australia? Oh, I just imagine everyone with very thick Australian accents. I was like, "Where's the air support?"
Where's the air support? By the way, are you eating breakfast?
I am eating breakfast.
What are you eating?
I'm eating an omelet.
Damn.
It's really
Can you
good.
share?
No, okay. Next time we have an omelet. Next time I have an omelet, we'll bring one over for you.
All right, thanks.
All right, but in payment, you're gonna have to introduce our players.
Ah, shit. Wait, I forgot who's on which team.
And
it doesn't matter. I'll introduce players.
Lightswarm is an emu, and Kiko is part of a balanced diet.
Okay. In the top right corner, the orange Terran representing lettuce attack. It's Kiko, and in the bottom left corner, the tealish Zerg. Well, is it? Whatever. It's not teal.
It's
whatever.
gray.
It's like it's gray. It looks okay on the Carbot mod. It looks more like it looks closer to blue than gray.
Really?
Yeah, it's like bluish gray. Anyway, in the bottom left corner, the bluish gray Zerg playing for the Emu Directorate. It's lightswarm.
Yeah.
Scuffed intro, but there you go. Also,
Mad
NG
Dog
Day
says, what are the
block.
odds you pick two random people and neither of them can do an Australian accent? You know what? That's just asking us to do even worse Australian accents.
I mean, I'm from Canada. What do you want from me?
Yeah. All right. Both are from the opposite sides of the world from Australia. Okay. My perception of Australians is Steve Irwin and Outback commercials and Neblime, I think. But Neblime, I thought he was British. So what do I know?
Well, I mean, you know, Australians are just. I mean,
well,
if you think about it, didn't they like send criminals to Australia or something? Like, I forget exactly.
Yeah, it was like Australia was like a prison colony for the.
You know
British
what else
Empire.
was a You know what else was a prison colony?
So really, it's just. It would be more lore accurate if Dougal and Stukov, instead of being Russian, they were like, "I might. We're here to take over the sector for Earth, yeah."
Yeah. This entire
Yeah.
Actually, well, I mean, yeah. It's like,
Oh, it's a beaut, ain't she?
I wonder. You know, I wonder if that's where they got the idea.
StarCraft Steve Irwin, but it's just about different types of Zerg. It's like, oi, look over there. Well, that's a wallop of a Zergling, I tell you what. Look at them big teeth. It's a real beaut, mate.
Or you know, Ultralisk Dundee.
Ultralisk Dundee.
I'm just saying.
That's not a Psyblade. This is a Psyblade.
So Zerg's up to lair. Zerg's got the spires started. Also, 2 Rax Academy on 1 base from Kiko, which
That's
means,
like a timing attack, right?
Yeah, usually head out about 4:45 if you've got the timing down. Which, I mean, it's 4:50. He's about to move out, so this is about the time you'd move out. If half his Marines...
I thought you said 4:45. I can't believe this is a tier 0 game.
Late
by 5 seconds.
Shake my head.
SMH my head.
I don't know if that's the exact timing. I think it's like fastest around 4:45 is when you're supposed to move out. But yeah. Also, I've been told that Okay, so I've been told by people on my team that 2 base in general, going 1 base 2 Rax Academy is just not a good build, but I don't know if that's... It depends on, like, what the Zerg does, like, so I'm not gonna, like... Because I don't know what I'm...
One sunken colony.
Yeah, but he has too many lanes. I've been told it's just, like, better almost all of the time to go 2 Rax Academy on 2 bases instead of 1, but I don't know if there's, like, a reason why you would. Does it depend on what the Zerg does? I don't actually know. So,
well, it definitely feels like Zerg's just insanely ahead at this point.
I mean, yeah, it looks like he's just gonna die. Like, the Lings are gonna get in his base.
I don't know if he's gonna die, because he's had really good, like, SCV pulls.
It's not gonna go well for him. Like, he's still on 1 base, and he's gonna take a lot of damage, at very least.
It's like, in your future, I see a Lings. Jesus, that's a lot of Lings.
Yeah, I think he is just, like, even if he doesn't die, he'll take crippling damage. That's my take here.
Yeah, and like for the build that you did, and for Kiko being on, for lightswarm being on 2 base already, it's like 16 drones to 20 SCVs is like basically in the Zerg's favor. The Zerg's getting Mutalisks now. And like he's throwing up missile turrets, but the missile turrets are super late.
There's 3 mutas to 3 Marines, and there's 1 missile turret.
Yeah.
You do the math.
Without missile turret support, they really are more like Marines. I don't know. Well, with the double Marines coming out, the missile turrets
yeah.
are getting up.
He'll ward it off, but like, he got another SCV, he got a bunch of SCVs with the Lings, he cut down a bunch of his Marines, and he still doesn't have an expansion. It's almost 10 minutes in the game. Zerg's taking their third, like...
Yeah, no, I think this is just a really unfortunate... Like, it is just an unfortunate consequence of that early build just failing so spectacularly.
I mean, with 1 base 2 Rax Academy, aren't you only supposed to, like, feign the push to force Sunkens anyway, or units, and then you go back home? Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
I don't play either of these races, so...
Because if you do the push and they don't have units or the Sunkens, you can just kill them if they have nothing, but, like, the whole point is just to force units and then you expand, right? Pretty sure.
Well, he forced
Then...
a lot of Zerglings, and but he only forced 1 Sunken colony, and the Zerglings then killed every unit that he had.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not supposed to commit, I don't think.
Mad Dog in the chat says that if you aren't planning on expanding, you have to commit, and you need to go in.
I mean, but you can't commit if he just has units, like, so...
No, that's fair. I think we are just going to see an unfortunate sort of byproduct of just... It's a 1 base Terran. What can it do?
I don't know, man. Terran can stay on 2 bases for a long time. They could probably stay on 1 base for a long time, or something, Tasagi, something, I don't know.
Ha 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 ha.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I forgot the eternal truth of Brood War, Tasagi.
Yeah. Although, to be more serious for a moment, because I don't want to question someone who's way better than me, but I don't know. It just seems,
Yeah, Mad Dog in the chat saying is that if you aren't building your CC, you have to go. And like when you get in a situation like this, it really just is your build didn't work, you know. And I think it seems like that two Rax Academy is just kind of like a gambit where it either works or it doesn't, and it didn't in this case.
Like, even at like my low level of play, I can do 2 Rax Academy on 1 base. Even if I hit the timing to move out on time, it's like if the Zerg just makes Lings or just makes 3 Sunkens,
yeah, but he only made
they're fine 100% of them. Yeah, but he only made 1 Sunken, but he had a bunch of Lings, like, instead of continuing to drum, so he was fine.
Oh.
Like, all you need to do is, like, just scout it, or, like, see it coming, make the right amount of units, defend it, and then you're good. Like, I don't know.
I mean, he did all that, and then he committed, though. And I think, like, Kiko was more committing to the push instead of, like, getting that back end where they can expand behind it. Because I think if they were like started their CC at the same time they pushed out, they probably would have been okay. But I think they were just going really hard on making sure they had enough units to fight. But I mean, they are playing well off 1 base. I mean, they're getting their tech up. They're are about to have science vessels out, and Lightswarm isn't like that far ahead tech-wise, right? Like Marines are an insane unit. And, like, as long as he doesn't take any really bad trades, like, the Marines trade with mutas really well. And especially once the science vessels get out, you can just start throwing out irradiates, and the muta advantage kind of, like, dissipates. Lightswarm is getting up into lurkers.
But Hive is almost done.
Well, I mean, that's just the game, right?
Yeah. Oh, and Mana Dog, I wasn't talking about you, although I do think you're better than me, to be honest. But I was talking about, like, because it's tier 0 players, but still.
Yep, we have adrenalings, adrenal glands.
Do you think he's finally taken his natural, or...?
I think he
is going to do a push.
Yeah, he has a command center started, so I think he's just going to try to secure the natural. He has a bunch of SCVs moving out to try and scout. and get a better grip of what's going on in the game.
Looks like he's pushing out again, though. Well expanded.
Which is like what you want to do, right? I
Right,
think
yeah.
the issue is like that's a lot of Mutalisks. Ooh, big irradiate, huge irradiate. Yeah, that does a lot of damage. Oh, and he did not remove that. So that's a lot of weakened Mutalisks. I mean, behind this Lightswarm, they have 3 bases, but like I'm not really sure what. I guess they have lurkers.
He has lurkers though, and he's got like a Defiler mound evolving. I actually don't know what that upgrade is.
Consume.
Consume. Okay.
Yeah.
So
the Defilers...
this is a bit pretty big push, but.
Yeah, the thing is, like, they're definitely, like, there's some teeth to this push. Like, this can fight lurkers, this can fight Mutalisks. I think Lightswarm was maybe getting a little greedy with their tech. But now that the Defilers actually hatch, once the Consume finishes, they will be able to just Dark Swarm forever on lurkers and be permanently safe.
He's finally got 3 Defilers out, but I actually don't know how much energy you need for each of the Defiler spells.
Dark Swarm is 100, I think. I think Plague is like Dark Swarm is 125. Because I think you need Defiler energy to be able to have 2, well, okay. Actually, Defiler, how much Defiler, everything that Defilers have costs like 2 Zerglings. That's all you need to know. It's 50 energy.
Okay.
It's 50 minerals to cast a Defiler ability.
I also keep thinking that these lurkers are probably lined up. Like, if you got an arc on them, maybe you could like kill them, but I don't know.
Yeah, Consume on an Overlord.
I think maybe if this push hit quicker, it would have been more effective. But like, he's got the Defilers out. He's got extra lurkers and Hydralisks. Because like before, he didn't have a ton of units, but
yeah. He's just permanently buying time for Ultralisks to come out and run across the map. Because once that happens, there's like no way for.
Like I think he's only trying to pressure, without like committing to. Because he might figure that if he commits, he might just lose the game, like to a bunch of like units. But I don't know. Yeah. Now it seems like he's committing.
Yep, big Dark Swarm. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the lurkers were with the army.
But Dark Storm lasts forever, so you can move the lurkers forward under it.
Dark Swarm does last forever. It does become a permanent map feature once they cast it down.
Yeah. Well, basically forever. Like, what is it? Almost a minute or something?
Something. It probably lasts about as long as Stasis.
Yeah, so basically forever. No?
Yeah.
It's a permanent map feature now. People say sentries are a map editing tool. We've had map editing tools since '98. They're called Stasis and Dark Swarm.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, big push out here. No Dark Swarm. Okay, Dark Swarm.
There's the Dark Swarm.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Lots of Marine. Okay, ooh, getting the medics is really good. But there is a bunch of vessels left over here. And Plague down on the... it's so crazy that we have another big Dark Swarm. But it's so crazy that last game we had so many Scourge. And then this game there's like not enough Scourge.
Not enough Scourge. You must construct additional Scourge.
You must morph additional Scourge.
Exactly.
Yep,
More Scourge for the Overmind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultralisks on the way. Scourge trying to get the connections.
I think the moment the Ultras come out, like, that's gonna be game, right? Because, like, Zerg is usually down in supply. So if the Zerg is, like, even supply, you know you're behind.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's just crazy that Kiko is, like, getting up to 3 bases. And I think Lightswarm is playing way too defensively. Kiko has like full map control at this point. And
Can you play 2 defensively, though? Isn't there the whole concept of when ahead, get more ahead? Or do you think...
Yeah, you absolutely can play 2 defensively, because Lightswarm's been playing 2 defensively, right? Like, they were on 3-to-1 base, like, even workers for most of this game. But because they teched up super quickly, and now Kiko kind of has full map control. They have a huge vessel count.
Yeah, but those vessels have been burning energy, and some Scourge have taken out some of the vessels. I mean, he did just kill 3 lurkers with those vessels, to be fair, but
Mad Dog requested
he only
check.
has...
Ultras are on 3-0, while the bio is on 2-1. 0-3 and 2-1. Yeah, 0-3. Bless you. Yeah, that's a... Okay, Dark Swarm coming down. Again, Lightswarm is just pushing forward. But unfortunately, they're floating a lot of resources. And I think they just don't have the hatcheries to support their income. Another hatchery is coming down, but you could just be making... They're making 10 pairs of Zerglings, and those could almost all be Ultralisks.
They also could be... Well, most of them are just defending the 3rd.
There's a lot of Zerglings there. Drone is in position to take a 4th, and he does need it because being even bases as Zerg is very bad.
True.
Yep, huge amounts of Zerglings, 5 Ultralists in production, 4 pairs of Scourge. Oops. Yeah, Defiler gets irradiated, so he's going to have to try and pull the trigger and get a Dark Swarm up over here before it dies, or just anywhere. Okay, yep, that's a good position for it. That Lurker took out so many Zerglings with it, with the irradiate. Yeah, I mean, Kiko's in a really good position, I think. They're up on 3 bases. They're denying a 4th here from Lightswarm. Well, they're harassing. I don't think they'll straight up get the denial because there's just so much Zerg.
Right. Yeah. It's literally only 2 Marines. If 2 Marines kill that base, then you're probably me. You probably let me play your game for 30 seconds. Or however long it takes for 2 Marines to kill a hatchery.
15 worker supply difference right now.
They were like, hey character, take over for me, I could use the bathroom. Don't lose the game in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Loses their
really good engagement here from Lightswarm. Takes out a lot of the bio from Kiko, and they get a supply lead here. Lurkers burrowing. Once again, they're going to be taking out the reinforcement.
I think Scourge might connect with the science vessels.
I thought the bunker would kill
them.
I guess the bunker was. Yeah, so the Scourge are taking out science vessels. That's very important. And it looks like this 3rd base is going to be under some serious problems. Ultralisk is going to get up onto the SCVs. The reinforcing bio has to fight through a bunch of Zerglings.
You know what? Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, maybe they could hold position the Ultra on the ramp as the SCVs go by or something.
Right. Well, yeah, and it would take pot shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of repair money is being spent to keep this command center alive, and he does save it, which is really good. Lightswarm has 8 more Ultralists in production. I think we're going to see that sort of... yeah, 4th base is up. We're going to see 4 gas Zerg activated soon. I think their main gas is depleted, however.
Yeah, main gas is depleted. Yeah.
Well, 4 Scourge hit 1 science vessel. You know what? That's probably still worth it. Yeah, 1 more radiate goes down on the Defiler.
I mean, Scourge are pretty cheap, right?
Scourge are $25.75 for 2, so it's $150 to have 4 Scourge.
I feel like even if you take a bad trade on the Scourge, taking out a science vessel is always worth it, because... You know, unless it's a stupid amount. I don't know.
Yeah. I think also because like the tempo of trading Scourge for science vessels is really good. I think like if you trade like you could probably trade 6 Scourge for a science vessel and still feel okay with that. That's actually a lot of Scourge. Never mind.
Scourge going for a science vessel. Oh, okay, they both die to a bunker.
Yep.
Foiled again.
Foiled again by Tasagi.
Tasagi!
Tasagi. Alright, big Zerg push out coming here.
That's what both of those Scourge screamed as they died.
They were diving on the talking about tempo, StarCraft, the collectible card game. God, I wish.
There's almost a control group of ultras here. You think he's gonna... What do you think the plan is? Just dive the third again? Or?
Just keep diving. Oh shit, huge drop in the natural here. It looks like a lot of drones. It looks like a number of drones were taken out, but it was cleared up by some Mutalisks and Ultras. Looks like another... Yeah, they keep trying to push the third base. I think he's going to go more for just an actual...
He's going to go for the throat. He's
Yep.
going to try and get the head off the snake.
Yeah, D-Matrixes go down on Marines, but the Ultralists are going to try to get a wraparound on the Marine body. D-Matrix Marines are kind of... Oh, they're now getting irradiated.
Yeah, but that was the last irradiate available. Like,
Yeah.
they're all super low on energy now. But
Ultras still only have 3 armor. So Marines are on 3-2. And that was a really good trade for Kiko. However, Lightswarm still has the supply advantage, and they have more mining bases. They have 3 mining bases, whereas Kiko only has 2.
Honestly, I think from the early game, Zerg has been ahead enough that any trade has been good for them, even if it's not the best trade. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but it feels that way.
Yeah. It definitely... I think there was a moment where Kiko was really far ahead, or it felt like Kiko had managed to claw a lead, where they had a bunch of map control, they were getting their bases up, but then once Lightswarm's like tech activated, they moved in and it...
I think another base is going up in the top left. There's a drone heading that way. Never mind, it's just going to the mineral line. Never mind, false alarm. He's just going to mine.
The Zergling's gonna do his best drone impression.
Oh yeah, I wasn't looking at that Zergling. There was like a drone heading up this way, and I thought it was gonna go make a hatch, and then it just went to the mineral line at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, never mind.
All right. There's in the bottom right. There's an SCV and a Zergling just staring each other down. As a very badly hurt drone is going to try
also, the Zergling left and the drone comes to make the hatchery anyway.
In front of
the
the
SCV's
SCV.
not even blocking it.
All right,
Well, he's looking the other way. He's got his back turned.
Yeah.
He was paid off by the Zerg and then immediately betrayed. It's like, watch this spot for us so we can get it. Big bio push coming across the map. And it looks like he's not in position. It looks like he's going to get the 4th base with this push. The Zerg isn't in position to... Well, there's Ultralists coming from the backside, flank, but he can totally kill this base before the Zerg gets there. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it totally could have happened. Now he's going behind the mineral line to get the drones while he's attacking the Ultras. But the Ultras get the surround. Just... Hey, those 2 Marines did get some kills, though, while this fight was going on. Like, 1 Marine has 6 kills and the other has 3. I don't know if those are all drones, but, you know, probably not. Another small group of bio coming across the map to the newest hatchery. Wait, did Scimo leave? You still there? I guess Scimo left. I didn't even realize he left. No. Yeah, rip Scimo. Now we get to stare at this this one position while there's stuff going on. We're almost at the end. Probably shouldn't spoil that. But we're almost. I might as well say it. We're almost at the end of the game too, and we're just staring at this one spot on the map. I'll just cast what's going on, despite the fact that you can't see it unless they go by the screen. It's like a radio cast, kind of. So, a bunch of Ultralisks and Zerglings and a Defiler heading towards the Natural. They're gonna come and engage this when a Radiant goes down on the Defiler. A Dark Swarm goes down at a bunch of Marines, and the Ultras go into the Dark Swarm, but they come out of the Dark Swarm again to die to a bunch of Bio. More Zerglings, an Ultralisk, and a random Scourge heading across the map, but there's a big ball of Bio waiting for them. Okay, they wisely turn around and regroup. I'd say about 3 control groups of Bio are moving across this side, and they are finally gonna cross this screen any second now. I think he only sent like 2 out of the 3 control groups of Bio. Actually, there might be 3 control groups here. I'd say there's at least 2.5, 3 control groups of Bio engaging. Only 3 Ultralisks here and a bunch of Zerglings, but really, there is not enough Zerg here. There's also a bunch of like Zerglings that is natural chilling, and like 2 Ultras up here. Like, there's like some lurkers over here. His army isn't really grouped. It's just been all over the place and like piecemeal engaging the Terran, which is not what you want. Like
we missed a lot.
Don't worry, I was radio casting. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. Well, it looks like the camera like ended up on part of a fight.
Not for most of it, but at the end it crossed the camera space. Yeah, so I feel like Kiko, or not Kiko, Lightswarm has been like piecemeal engaging the army, and like because of that he hasn't been taking great trades, and I think for most of the game that was okay because of how far ahead he was, but I don't know, it's definitely hard as Zerg to like get your army anywhere more than any other race, because Zerglings
Zerglings are little annoying path blockers. Alright, I'm just gonna real quick.
Well, more that they're like, you have to make a lot of them, and they're tiny, and well, I mean, you have to make a lot of them, and you have to get them into like, they take up more space in control groups, because, I don't know, you fill up control groups quicker of Zerglings, basically, and you make a lot of them. They cost so little. Man, I didn't even realize that. Lightswarm says like Zerg that he only had like 01 upgrade. Wait, 3 upgrades on Terran.
Yeah, Lightswarm.
And there was only 1 on Zerg.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this is just like, it's another case where it's just like, we can talk about like all the different ways that like maybe the positioning was wrong, but like ultimately sometimes it just comes. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah, I mean, if he went to Hive so quickly, he definitely had the money to get the upgrades. It's just, I guess he just forgot them, which honestly everyone does.
Yeah, upgrades is one of the hardest things to like keep track of. All right, so in that game we had Kiko versus Lightswarm, and Kiko is going to take it 2-1 in favor of the Lettuce Attack Protoss.
I mean, I don't always remember them, but I at least like, I will dedicate a hotkey to either an NG Bay or an armory, usually, so that like when you hear upgrade complete, you can just hit 0 and then
it's
the upgrade.
Good to go.
Yeah, I think sometimes even, or at least something I'll do is that what I've realized is that I will forget upgrades because I'm trying to constantly make units. So what I'll do is that if I need an upgrade, like you know how you're always trying to spend your money and you just forget to get upgrades because you keep trying to make more units,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, I need units now, 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 now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just better to just what I'll do is like if the upgrade's done and I remember to do it, I will cancel units so that I have enough for the upgrade and then remake the units.
Yeah.
It's like
That makes
just make it
sense.
now.
Because you
Like
need
unless
you need more minerals and you need more resources
Yeah.
to build an upgrade, so it's a lot harder to wait for that upgrade, like to wait for you to get there, than it is to wait
Yeah.
for like 50 minerals for a marine. Our game is up, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like upgrades are like really like can be can't be stressed enough, because like you have games like that where it seems like lightswarm is like really far ahead, but just because they don't have their upgrades, fights that they might be able to at least like trade really well, they end up just getting completely stomped. But we're gonna move on to our next game, which is gonna be Naklar versus their opponent, who I've already forgotten.
That guy.
We have a splash screen. It's gonna be Naklar versus SesioM. Naklar for
Sesio.
Naklar for the lettuce attack, and SesioM for the United
Versus
Emu Directorate.
Sesio.
Haha, oh haha. Amogus. All right, let's hop into
Amogus.
it. Amogus.
The Amogus.
All right. In
the top. Oh, sorry.
No, nope. In
The
top
right
corner.
up
Butter.
ladder dish. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's SesioM playing as the Pink Terran for the United Emu Directorate. Here's our hallucinated Kakaru.
In the bottom right corner, lane 4, lettuce attack. In the lettuce green, I don't know, I guess lettuce
Team colors,
green.
team colors.
Yeah, it's Naklar the Protoss.
I think he's gonna make
I mean,
Corsairs to.
Maybe.
He should make Corsairs.
How often do you see Corsairs in PvT?
Never. It's a crime.
Which is exactly why I should do it. I'll never see it coming. We'll never see it coming.
D-Web's insane. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. What does D-Web do again?
It makes it so units can't attack.
All right, gotta D-Web those siege tanks, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, there's a use for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'd probably rather stasis like every time, but you know, if you want to D-Web them, you could.
Because Corsairs are super cheap and they build way faster.
So what you're telling me is, like, next time you get a PvT, instead of making instead of making Arbiters, you're gonna make Corsairs in their place and D-Web siege tanks.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
You can D-Web a lot of things, okay? You can D-Web Goliaths and have carriers fight them.
true, but I was mainly thinking siege tanks, because, like, D-Web doesn't have a huge radius, right? Like, you can just walk out of it, kind of.
It's, like, kind of the same as Darkswarm. It's, like, a little bit smaller than Darkswarm.
Yeah, but, I don't know, it's not as good as Darkswarm, though.
No, it's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was mainly thinking siege tanks, because, like, the siege tank is immobile, so, like, when it's sieged up, and that's when it's most useful. So if you're gonna D-Web anything, it's most likely gonna be siege tanks.
Yeah.
I would think.
No, yeah.
But most people would just get an Arbiter and then Stasis, but you know what? Honestly, just do it for the memes, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. Plus, also, Corsairs, to get D-Web, you need to research it at the fleet beacon, and that means it just makes your carrier transition easier, right?
Alright, well, I better see you next like next PvT you play, I better see you like de-web some siege tanks and then go to carriers.
I will.
All right, I'm holding you to that.
Hold me to
Next
it.
next time you cast, I'm gonna call you out if you don't do.
We'll see about my match this week. If I get it. I didn't play last week, so I think I should play this week. I signed up for it.
So you know what happened with my match this week?
What happened?
Okay, I played a PvP, and then my opponent said he'd be available at a certain time. So I probably should have messaged him earlier, but I messaged him at around the time he said he'd be available, and then he wasn't available for another 30 minutes. But we got there, so we start the match, and then 11 minutes into the match, he said he had to go and gave me the walkover.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. He said he was like super busy, so I guess like I guess
you
he just
you just outskilled him.
I don't know. The game was pretty even. Like I can probably spoil the game because we don't even have a series to cast. Like we have an 11-minute game that didn't finish. So I opened 2-gate, and I think I forget what he opened exactly. Might have been 1-gate, might have been 2-gate, but I opened 2-gate, and then I come across the map, and then he makes more zealots than I do to defend, so I just walk back home. And then he walks across the map with a bunch of units, so he probably went 2-gate. And like, as I'm taking my natural, he just like, I have to cancel the natural. And then, I don't know. Oh yeah, he also stole my gas. While I was 2-gating in PvP.
Sounds like a very honorable PvP.
Yeah, so while he stole my gas, I was like, well, what do? Instead of building a cyber right away, I just built a forge, and then tried to take my natural, which he denied. And then eventually I got him out of my face.
Ooh,
and
tank
took
coming
my
up,
natural.
that's really risky. It looks like the Dragoons might be able to just burst down the bunker. Nope, before SCVs do come. However, this tank is in a risky position.
No, he'll be fine. You only need an SCV for every goon. At least that's what I've heard.
Right, but you can two-shot. Ooh, those vultures are being picked off. Yeah, but the thing is with tanks is you just need the two-shot a tank. And,
he needs to put an SCV back on?
He took an SCV off, and now there's way more goons.
Yeah,
If he just YOLOs on the bunker, he can kill it. But
he needs 6 SCVs. There we go, 6 SCVs.
Yeah, but the problem with 6 SCVs is there's 6 Dragoons, and now the Dragoons can one-shot SCVs if they focus fire them down separately. And now there's only 5
he's not
SCVs.
doing that, though. Yeah, but
one Dragoon isn't firing.
Does he not have siege?
He doesn't have siege. He went
he went
mines
mines
first, and he still isn't. He's went mines and vulture speed, and he is being saved by the fact that one Dragoon like derped out.
I mean, why go mines first? Cause like,
come on, Naklar, dive in. You have like 10 Dragoons.
I know it's a thing to go mines first.
8 Dragoons will 2-shot a bunker. Wait, will they? No, they'll 3-shot a bunker. Naklar, he only has 5 SCVs. You can do it. You can bust this. Yeah, this is extremely bustable by the Protoss player. I think he's gonna try to go for it. Yeah, the SCVs.
Yeah.
There's only one Marine.
Wait, there was only one Marine in that bunker?
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing is, there is a lot of spider mines, but there's enough Dragoons where you can kind of
snipe them. Like, you can do the thing where they pop up, target them and snipe them.
Yeah, this is a GG, right? Well, no, Siege mode is almost done, but I mean the CC is gonna die though, right? The barracks might die. Oh, the Dragoons are.
Honestly, you could probably jump on top of the siege tank, or or ignore it and do what he's doing now and just kill the CC.
Yeah, and I mean he's getting a third behind this, which is crazy. Like he is way ahead economically, even though he has like 5 less workers. So the SCV does come in to try and repair the command center. I think he is gonna save the command center, but the bunker.
He wasn't fully targeting the CC. Like some of them were hitting the NG base, some of them were hitting the racks.
Yeah, I think.
Like he probably, I bet he could have got this command center. Like if he just focused all the goons on it.
Yep, he's focusing firing down the siege tanks, and that is going to be game. There's no way. Yeah.
Oh wait.
Great
Not
target
too much
fire on the
mine.
mine. Ooh, really nice work there.
Yeah,
And now the
that's
CC will
his
die,
game.
and that's...
And now, and then the goons wide walk into your base, and not much you can do about it.
Next round of Dragoons and an Observer is going to be coming up. Now, the SCVs can fight Dragoons when you micro them well. Oh my god, that shot just before the SCV started repairing the tank. That was a great shot there.
It definitely would have, like, imagine, like, if he went Siege first. This whole thing could have been avoided, probably. Like, although I know it's a thing to go, like, mines first, but it's like, he went, like, mines and then speed, and
yeah,
I don't know. Like,
that CC hasn't burned down yet. That's crazy.
I don't know if, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a tier 0. I'm not a tier 0 player.
Yeah, no, well, I mean,
shouldn't be like over questioning it, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah.
Mines first is really good. I think someone in the chat says Mines first is Balance says Mines first is good versus everything except this.
So it's more of a build order, like lost kind of.
I think when he saw that many Dragoons, though, he should have not gotten Vulture Speed and gone straight for Siege mode. Because I think that's the decision that kind of sealed his fate, was he got Mines, and instead of getting Siege mode, he got Vulture Speed when Vulture Speed wasn't doing anything for him because he was contained by 3 gate goons, which we're now up to, like, looks like 9 gateways.
So did he see that it was 3 gate goon at all, or was there any tell, like, early on?
There was a ton of Dragoons.
Like, before he even, like, at which point? Like, when he was researching mines?
Yeah, when there's, like, 5+ Dragoons showing up at your bunker, like, I feel like you just need to cancel your current plans and get Siege mode.
And the thing is, I don't think he went Siege mode directly after mines, when he was being attacked by the goons. I think he went speed first before mines.
No, he went mines first.
No. Sorry, not mines. I mean siege. I mean fuck.
Oh,
okay.
You mean siege before mines?
Okay.
Wait.
Brain is not working.
If you spider mine siege speed, he holds.
I think he went mines, speed, siege. But I'm not 100% sure.
No, that is what he went. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But like. Yeah, so I think you see, like, even if you get the mines first, you should just get the siege after the mines, like, when you see all the goons show up.
No,
like, he had the tanks, just...
That's what I was saying, character.
Yes, well, yeah, but I got tripped up on my own words, and then I got confused by myself, and I was like...
You hurt yourself in your confusion.
Yes, exactly. And then I was, like, trying to figure out what I was saying, and then it was like... and then I was trying to clarify what I meant.
All right. Well, that was game 1. Naklar takes it. So, Let Us Attack is up 1 game. Go ahead and load game 2 for Polypoid.
Do you think after that game we'll just see a siege expand? Or do you think it will go...
I think we'll probably see more standard play.
I mean, it was standard play, but it was just... Oh, wait, you mean standard play from the Protoss? As in, not as aggressive?
Standard play, dude.
Just in general?
Standard.
Just standard play. Standard. It's like, I will not elaborate.
I will not elaborate this further. It literally just does feel like...
This thread is closed.
If he did that exact same game, but got Siege instead of Vulture Speed, he would have been fine, but... I think he committed way too hard to the Vulture strategy, and then it just didn't work because there were Dragoons outside his base. Anyways, in the top right corner, we have Naklar, this time as the green Protoss in the top right of Polypoid, representing the Let Us Attack.
And in the bottom left corner, in the blue, representing the United Emu Directorate, it's HB SesioM. SesioM. I'm just gonna say SesioM.
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 Sesio.
SesioM.
SesioM. It's like Italian.
Sussy
Sus.
M. Sus.
Sasuke.
Sasuke.
Alright.
It looks like he's gonna make the zealot wall against the gas. And yeah. But you think like as a reaction, but I was gonna say like as a reaction to last game, he's just going to play extra safe and siege expand, or is it more just the way that he tried to hold it? Like, do you think he'll still go mines, but then?
I think
just...
I feel like he might still go mines, just because. Well, for one, this is a 4-player map, so being as aggressive as Naklar was is inherently kind of harder to do. And so this is like a map where going mines speed siege is probably more viable. It's just on butter when it's 2 players, you don't have as much room for your vultures to do the work that they need to do to make that build like really good.
Counterpoint though. Would you say that the rush distance on I'm not exactly sure what the rush distance is like on the maps, but like is the rush distance like shorter on butter than it is on polypoid if you're close spawn? Like in this case, it's cross spawn.
Close spawns, I think it's about the same. I want to say it might be longer actually, because butter has a lot of terrain stuff that you run around.
I mean, you go up terrain, but you don't go like that much in a bow.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of do.
It's kind of like this. It's kind of like the same pathing as polypoid, I think, if you're close spawns.
What I'm saying is, like, you could still gamble on an aggressive build on like a 4-player map, and if it's got a similar rush distance to because you're twice as likely to get close spawns as you are cross spawns.
Yeah, but the issue there is like it's a gamble. It's more of a gamble on these kinds of maps.
It's a gamble, but I'm saying is like most of the time the odds are in your favor because you're like twice as likely to get a close spawn as you are to get cross spawn.
Yeah. It
so
looks like Naklar is not going for their build. While we're discussing whether they'll the mechanics of it, it looks like they are going for a faster expansion, just a sort of Dragoon macro build.
So what I'm saying is, while it is a gamble, I'm willing to bet like I feel like it's the kind of gamble that would come into your favor more often than not. Like sometimes it won't, like if you wind up cross, like in this case, but
yeah. No, I see what you're saying, but my counterpoint is that like every Protoss strategy is just like that. So
every Protoss strategy is a gamble.
Yeah.
Artosis was right. No,
he was right.
Also, the N scout, the N for Naklar. No, I'm just kidding.
The N, it's the Naklar map.
Yeah. Even though it was
SesioM
scout.
Yeah, but there's not like a 5th base for them to make an M towards though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You could just randomly scout like the you could scout in an N.
Yeah.
You could scout in an M just for no reason other than to have an M on the minimap when it's casted. Like you scout the top left and then you just scout like the 6 o'clock and then you scout the top right and then you scout the and then you scout the bottom right.
Yeah.
Also,
nice.
4 goons heading out. Probably to just go like pressure the natural.
Yep. Siege mode started. Siege mode and Robo started. So yeah, both players playing. Well, Naklar I think is kind of benefiting here because they're playing Super Greedy. They're expanding already. That's a really early. So Protoss, I think that your goal for your third is to get it at 6:30. So Naklar's getting their mineral only like a full minute ahead of schedule, and I think they're basically just taking full advantage of the fact that
siege first.
Yeah.
No.
I think they're taking full advantage that like Sesio is playing a lot more defensively this game. Because if it was like mines and vulture speed, you wouldn't be able to take this base.
Right. Siege is finally
comes
done,
down.
so
Goons have to back off.
so he won't just die. To be fair, it's only 4 goons, and he's not going 3 gate. Actually, he is going 3 gate, but he's not going immediately 3 gate because he got the robo. Anyway, 4 gate actually.
Yeah, that seems about right. So Citadel of Adun coming down. So we're gonna be getting up into Templar tech here as well.
Do you think we'll? Never mind.
Oh my god, is your body revolting against you? Like, what's going on?
Every day, bro.
Every day. Body's just like, fuck you, character.
I don't know. I get random hiccups a lot. Like, it's not even like I'm eating too fast or whatever. Maybe it is. I don't know. But like, it could be like I haven't eaten in hours or drank anything, and I'll just randomly hiccup. It's like recently I've just been having like random sporadic hiccups. Like, I don't know. So yeah, if I randomly hiccup, that's probably why.
Got it.
Well, it just comes and goes. Like I just hiccup. I don't know, man.
Yeah, both players kind of, teching up. Okay, in our chat we have our chat experts. Bit late, but FYI, Butter rush distance is a few seconds longer choke to choke than polyploid close positions.
Good to know.
So important timing for Protoss players out here. The Stargate and the Templar Archives started about the same time. That's kind of like
8 gates.
That's kind of like a goal that you want is to get your Arbiter tech on time. Is when you get the Citadel, you get Templar Archives and Stargate started around the same time, and that's sort of your trigger on how you can have a good timing for your Arbiters. No turrets up here from our opponent. Well, actually, nope. Terran has a couple turrets going up in their natural, but the Observer will be able to get in.
+1 just finished for the Terran.
That's important.
He's also starting his second armory, but hasn't started armor yet. Yeah. He's got the science facility for that 2-1. Or, Yep,
Spider Mines and Speed started. Yeah, I think once this second armory finishes is when he'll start 2-1. And he
started 2. He just started +2.
There he goes. Yeah, Naklar is just, keeping his observer active.
Is the I forget, is the 2-1 push a maxed out push, or is it like?
It's like 120 supply, I think. 120, 140.
Okay, so nowhere near that. Okay. So, you figure this is just going to be...
I might be wrong on that. I know it's not maxed out, but I know it's still pretty high.
I'm thinking of 3-2 then, aren't I? Yeah, okay.
Wow, Naklar is going for the double expansion, almost. Like, has the probe set up to take 12 o'clock, as they're also taking 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
First Arbiter on the way. We'll see Stasis start here soon as well. Naklar's gone up to 10 gateways, which is really good. +1 has started from their... Oh, hold on. Is that +1? Yeah, +1 has started from their forge.
Also, this shuttle is filled with 4 zealots that he's got with his goon army.
Yeah, that's really good, I think, at this stage of this game, because it makes doing zealot bombs on... It makes getting the zealots on top of the tank so much easier, because you can just kind of override the vultures and the mines, and it's yeah.
Yeah. One thing I want to comment on is, like, of these 10 gateways, 4 of them aren't producing anything, and I'm just, like, watching them not produce anything.
Yeah, well, right now, no gateways are producing anything,
Well, they were, like, a second ago when I was talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say the worm, like, position of, like, these 6 gateways.
The worm!
I don't know, man. It looks kind of like a worm.
There's a little earthworm poking out from the dirt. The worm gateway SimCity positioning. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like the snake phone game. He's gonna add on some extra gateways at the top, and it's just like, yep, he's expanding. All right, stasis is starting on its way. First arbiter is out.
He's going up to 2, 4, 6, 8 facts. Yeah, he's going up to 8 facts.
Yeah, so it's about to be a really big supply explosion here for the Terran. Protoss adding on an additional 2 gateways.
And 9 facts now. Let's see, 3, 6.
That's a lot of
it's
factories.
8. No, wait.
Wait,
3, 6, 7, 8. No, it's 8. Never mind. I was right the first time.
is that not a fact? No, it's 9.
Is it? Oh no, yeah. There's one on the right. You're right. You right.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
3, 6, 9. There we go.
3, 6, 9.
And it looks like he's like +1 armor is about to finish. +2 attack's already done. He's about to hit that 120 mark you were talking about.
Yep.
You think he's about to push out any second now, or?
Yeah, I think he might start
Looks like the
moving out.
Protoss is gonna push him to him first. Or
Yeah, so this is the
maybe
important timing for Protoss, is they have to kind of start the fight as close to the Terran main as possible to buy enough time for the Protoss to be able to keep macroing and send like 50 billion supply worth of units into the grinder. Yeah, like they just have to keep map control. Now this is bad because now the entire army is going to chase one vulture.
Well, you know, that vulture was like, he's on the most wanted list, man.
Yeah, that vulture, he's done some things. Okay?
He's more wanted than Jim Raynor.
Oh my god. That vulture was Jim Raynor.
My god.
My god.
They killed Jim Raynor.
I can't believe it. They got Jimmy.
He was the man.
Yeah, so I think Sesio is gonna like probably start working to moving out pretty soon. So they can then just keep reinforcing their army with their 9 factories.
You should start 3-2. Start 3-2 SesioM.
Yeah, he
SesioM?
might be going for a 3-2 timing instead, and just waiting for the max out. Like, he has a 4th command center just kind of chilling in the middle of his army. At the same time, Naklar is already on 5 bases, so he's in a really nice position. He's going up to 6, getting that top left base as well. Like, Naklar
it looks like he might drop some stasises. Like, it looks like he's just gonna come in, drop some stasises on the tanks.
Right,
drop a bunch of zealots on these tanks too.
Well, you say that, but those tanks were on top of some spider mines, and like 15 of them blew up in one like zealot volley. All right, so now it's at the point where Naklar needs to not commit. He just needs to run out and not lose all his dragoons. But he's being a Protoss about it, and he's losing all his dragoons. So if he had pulled out before
but he
losing
gets this
this
floating command center. No, he pulled away. He could have gotten this command center with those few dragoons that were attacking it.
He could have, but again, Naklar is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. He has 4, 8, 12 gateways, and he's also going to be able to start spamming gateways on the top left base as well. So there's just a brief moment where Sesio actually there's a lot of vultures out on the map, but there's a brief moment where Sesio has the supply lead, but like after 1 or 2 volleys, like Naklar will be fine. I think the big issue though is that Naklar
finally started 3-2.
Yep.
Sorry, go on.
Naklar lost so many dragoons in that last fight, and dragoons are going to take a lot longer to rebuild the zealots.
You could see how like the supply dropped, like for Protoss. Like Protoss was basically maxed out at that point, and then the supply was even by the end of that fight.
Yeah, really nice stasis is there from Sesio. He's gonna be able to get on top of this army, but ooh, those spider mines are landed. He might be able to get on top of this army. Yeah, without the Zealot supports, the Dragoons will... No, yeah. Okay, I think this fight is going to be in Naklar's favor, and he's also going to be able to just camp the siege tanks and vultures that are here in stasis. Meanwhile, a bunch of vultures are going to do some drive-bys on the top left base.
Looks like they're gonna... Nope. Okay, looks like they're gonna find quite a few probe kills, because there's no, like... Only the goons just came out, and
but
there's like no cannons here or anything to deter it.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, there are spider mines, so the dragoons won't even like really be able to deal with the vultures. Like, it's gonna have to be another volley before that happens. But I mean, you can see the supply though. Protoss is ahead by 40 supply once again. They have like so many bases, and even if 2 of them aren't mining, like, they will be able to get there soon. Terran is about to run dry at their main.
I also want to say that the Terran base layout looks as chaotic as mine sometimes.
Yeah, 3, 6, 9. We're going up to 10 factories. 3-2 upgrading. Meanwhile, Protoss is sitting at 2-1, so they also have 3-2 upgrading. Although theirs is much more delayed. Huge vulture run by once again, getting up into the top left main. I mean, when you have this many vultures, you can just fight dragoons. It's fine.
I mean, vultures are free, so, you know, it's always a good trade.
Yeah, no, like, actually, like, trading this many vultures to catch, like, 5 probes is fine. Terran basically get infinite vultures in a game. It's kind of like Zealots, right?
Yeah. You can lose 4 control groups of vultures and be fine. They're free. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, like, Vulture is literally, like, the free unit for Terran. Like, every race has, like, a unit that's basically free. For Protoss, it's, like, Zealots. For Terran, it's Vultures. For Zerg, it's Zerglings. And, like, you can kind of take really bad trades with all of those units, and you're okay with them as long as you get some kind of trade. Because they're just insanely easy to replace. They build quickly,
unless you're
cheaply.
Unless your late game army is only Zealots and you have no other units, and then you're like, the opponent comes and kills you because it's all Zealots. Like,
oops,
now you have no supply.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Yeah, Naklar also expanding down in the bottom right, mineral only. So, like, Naklar's been playing, like, really macro heavy, but they also just don't really have defenses set up at their macro, like some of their macro bases. So they've taken a lot of dumb damage that Sesio's just kind of been able to sneak out. And
Do you take smart damage? Does it come with smart TVs?
Yeah, so you take smart damage when you take damage, but it like is for the cause. Yeah, see, so we have a bunch of vultures like coming in, and Zealots will just get melted by the spider mines. So we have free units trading for free units here. And yeah, I mean, really, it's once Sesio gets up to 200 is when it gets kind of sketchy for the Protoss.
Yeah.
Wow, the Arbiters are fighting a missile turret, and they're... Oh no, there's one SCV repairing it. This is...
I mean, to be fair, Arbiters don't do a ton of damage.
They don't. But that was 2 Arbiters lost for free, and that's kind of crazy. Meanwhile, there was a recall in the 9 o'clock, and it looks like this base is kind of turned off for right now. That Arbiter is going to get taken out, but a stasis does hit. That was a huge tank shot. Oh my god. Yeah, but this base will be saved, and the SCVs will return to mining. 56 SCVs to 71 probes.
It looks like the like a portion of the Protoss army is gonna rotate around to the 9 o'clock.
Yep, I think they're gonna try to make sure that it's defended.
Thing is, Protoss could probably recall on top of this if they have the energy on the Arbiter, which
well, they lost.
They have 123.
Okay.
They still have another Arbiter though, like.
Yeah. I would like
totally...
I'd like to see a recall at 6 o'clock, honestly. Like, a recall on top of these siege tanks would be really nice.
I was thinking like a recall at 9, like because it's not well defended. Like it's got some mines up at it, but you could totally like recall in the right place and just like deny this base completely, I think.
Alright, we have a second Stargate coming down and +1 air weapons upgrade starting. So we might see a carrier switch here. But yeah, it looks like Naklar is going to decide that they want to put pressure on the 6 o'clock. Big stasis goes down on some of the tanks, and the Protoss is going to try to fight up the hill. Loses the Harbiter, but he does get the Zealots up there, and there really isn't Terran in position. However, there's a huge
Zealot's
push
going to get on top
the
of these
map.
tanks. He's just going to deny the space completely. Well, deny. He's going to kill the space completely.
He is going to kill the base completely, but he has his top left base is being pressured by the majority of the Terran force. And
oh yeah, he's going to lose this top left side.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about it.
There really isn't. He just doesn't have the army to come and support it. Zealots getting picked off there. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if he'll lose it. Like, his army can kind of like rotate around and try to attack from the back here. In fact, we have 7 DTs, I assume, being made from gateways in this top left base. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 DTs in production. So I think Naklar is just going to try to like hit from all angles.
Yeah,
I mean, this mineral
he's going to counter
is also
attack
getting overwhelmed as
the
well.
mineral only.
Yep.
Well, the thing is.
And if Sesio doesn't realize that the DTs are out, those DTs will absolutely...
Oh, vultures from the back, though. They're gonna, like, surround and lay down some mines. We'll see how good the mines are. Apparently, none of them get off,
good.
so not good at all.
Yeah, and the DTs are now on top of the tanks. But there is a
so
missile turret set
earlier...
up. But unfortunately, the tanks are all kind of backed off. And you know what? DTs can fight on siege tanks. When you have 9 DTs, it's fine. And I think Naklar...
There we go, GG.
Yeah, Naklar takes it.
I was gonna say though, like, remember when they're talking about how you can lose vultures for free and it's fine? It's like, it wasn't fine. It's like, you needed those mines to get off. Like, if you get, like, if you can actually get the mines off, like, that could have been huge. But I guess it's not likely to come off when there's that many goons anyway.
Mm-hmm. There's a huge difference between vultures that still have their spider mines and vultures that don't still have their spider mines.
Yeah. So, you know, contrary to popular belief, the Vulture is a trash unit. The Spider Mine, however, is an amazing unit. They're just different units. Like, the Vulture is just a Spider Mine production facility that's limited to 3.
Oh, that was our game. Naklar won both their games, so Naklar will take it 2-0. Yeah, no. Spider Mines are... Vultures are, like, fast, fair, microable units. Spider Mines are broken bullshit. And you kind of have
exactly.
You have to deal with vultures to get Spider-Mine. Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah.
They're the Spider-Mine delivery system. All right, time to move on to our third match of the day. We're getting right.
Why is that? I don't know why that's blocked. Oh.
Okay, thanks.
Added permitted term. They trash.
They trash.
They added they trash.
They trash. They trash.
Why was that blocked? They trash.
Dude, I don't know. You'd have to ask.
That's a good point.
You'd have to ask Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, which owns Twitch, why they trash is not permitted. Amazon owns Twitch, right? I'm not wrong. Or is it Google owns Twitch?
I think it's Amazon. Also, that's a good point, but on the other hand, I'm an idiot that just says words like, you know.
True.
So I don't know. Don't take anything I say too seriously, and if anything, like, I'm literally casting people way better than me. So I'm like, I don't know. I could say something and it could be totally wrong. Like,
yeah. I mean, we could literally like. If anything any of these players does in game, like, contradicts what we say, they're probably the ones that are correct, and we're just missing something.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Anyway, let's go. Next game on Butter.
SR.Jedi_1 versus Neblime. the our Australian caster.
Do you think
Neblime, hold
Jedi
on.
mind tricks
He might
will
use
work on
Jedi.
Neblime?
Oh my god, Neblime is on the United Emu Directorate. My god.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
I'm willing to bet like Neblime equals Menx. Well, never mind. Menx is not Menx. That's the fuck. That's the wrong person. Never mind. That's the wrong.
I want
never
Neblime,
mind. Forget what I said.
I want Neblime to dub over all of Dougal's lines in
Dougal,
War campaign.
yeah. I was gonna say that's the wrong.
Yeah. All right.
Well, no, but you're right. You're right though. Like even without the mines, like vultures are still good when they have speed and they can like kite against stuff. But like with the mines,
they're
busted. Like best unit in the game basically.
Absolutely. All right. You want to introduce our players?
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I will. Only because you asked me to. Though.
Characters. Yeah.
In the top right corner, in the bright yellow, is probably sporting a bright yellow lightsaber. It's Ash's Jedi 1 for the lettuce attack, and in the bottom right corner for the United Emu Directorate. In the I want to say the fucking Dijon mustard yellow, like the really.
Yeah.
Is that even yellow? It's like dark yellow, yellowish green, brownish. I don't know.
Jedi's doing the what is Jedi? Jedi's doing the. Oh my god.
It's Neblime.
This is a bad placement, right?
I mean.
Well, I guess if Neblime doesn't scout, like if he can get the gateway up before Neblime scouts.
Do you think Neblime wouldn't scout? But yeah, this is gonna be a 9-9, no question.
Oh yeah.
Is it gonna be the macro 9-9? He knows how to do thing.
Right. No, it's not even the 9-9. He just builds one gateway and then goes to 10.
What if he scouts and then comes back? What if that's the mind game?
Oh my god, dude, that's huge.
You lost
that's
the probe.
Huge, dude. That's.
I guess it's just forward gate then.
Yeah, it's just a forward gate, which is
okay.
Yeah, he's getting a pylon back in base. Yeah, and so Neblime is gonna come out here, and Neblime has the full wall in, right?
Yeah, so this isn't gonna do anything.
Oh my
right?
god, the scout
Did he miss it?
Misses it. The scout
misses it.
Are you kidding me? That's insane.
I think this was planned. He knows the scout path just goes off of it probably, so that's probably why he put it there.
That's crazy.
Honestly, I do not in Brood War because I don't know, I'm not good at pulling off proxies, and there's only so many proxy locations in Brood War and on a lot of maps. But in StarCraft 2, a lot of the time I'll try to figure out a place that is just off of the scouting vision path and proxy there, and hope they don't send their SCV or something slightly to the right, or just in this case. And then you have people that they look around for proxies immediately instead of sending the worker to your base first and then looking around for proxies, and then I'm sad because they just find it immediately.
So it's proxy Dragoon. One zealot comes out and it's gonna be a wall in, right?
Yeah.
But it's fine because when the Dragoon gets out, the Dragoon can fight the Marine, and then the zealot can put pressure on the supply depot while the Dragoon is killing the Marines. Right?
Right.
Also,
Neblime's going 2-fact. So
that should counter this build, I think.
Yeah. I think this is just gonna wreck this because he's gonna have to build gates at home. This gate is super exposed. He's just gonna get on top of this gate really quickly. The gate's gonna die, and he's gonna have to rely on whatever units have come out of this gateway. And gates at home to stop this push.
If Jedi 1 gets into DTs do fight 2-fact okay.
Sure, right. But when you go 2-fact, you go mines first usually, right? So as long as you get the mines out, you'll what are DTs gonna do? Unless they get past the vultures or whatever.
Well, it can depend, right?
I see mines first. There you go.
Yeah.
I think this is just this. It'll be fine for Neblime. I don't see how this goes wrong for, like, Jedi 1 is like, he's gonna have to build gates at home, right? And he's eventually gonna lose this proxy gate, so which was an investment of itself, and the pylon. So like, imagine like a normal scenario where you open normally versus this. Like, this is just not ideal.
Yeah.
Although he's making a second proxy pylon at his third.
Well, that's
I don't. I think it's just a scouting pylon. I don't know. But I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I think you can.
Maybe he just doesn't want to lose the pylon.
Okay, so range is done, and I mean siege mode hasn't started. And I think the supply depot is actually going to fall.
I didn't realize it was going double fact either. I didn't notice.
Yeah, the supply depot falls, and now like what? He just keeps putting pressure. We're at 3. The boys have been pulled. It looks like the attack is going to start coming out soon. Neblime doesn't have siege mode yet.
He's moving out at 3 tanks. He's probably gonna start vulture production now. Yeah, there's the vultures. So
yeah. I think Jedi 1 is gonna try to hold it at the
He's even pulling the boys for this. He's got 6 SCVs.
Oh my god,
3 tanks,
the
3
SCVs
Marines.
are pulled and they still don't see the gateway.
And the thing is, they're way ahead of the units, but they're gonna get us surround. They're gonna trap. Like, I think he even used hold position there to trap the units.
Yeah, but
so
we have
he's
more,
gonna get the gateway.
He's gonna get the gateway, but I mean, oh man, those siege tanks are exposed. Like, he absolutely could try and flank this and pick the tanks off with his dragoons. I should probably turn on vision. Instead, he's just gonna try to the camp the high
He's making
ground.
a robo at home though. Like, he's got
good.
a robo up.
He needs the robo for Reavers.
He's gonna rush the Reavers. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Here's the.
These tanks not in a good position though. Like,
yeah.
See, I thought this would have.
Yeah. Like that.
It's gonna.
Has the GG.
Oh. I thought this would have went way better for Neblime than it did, to be honest. I
think Jedi 1. So here's the issue: I think Jedi 1 dedicated hard to building dragoons. Right? He's not expanding, which is what two fac wants you to do. He was like going, I'm gonna put pressure on you and like keep up dragoon production, and he did, and it worked.
Right.
So yeah, and also he took a really awkward engagement in the center there. The dragoons were able to get on top of the tanks and end the game.
Right.
Yeah. All right. That was game 1. Time for game 2.
I don't know. I guess I was expecting the vultures and mines to come out quicker, but then again, I guess you can hold that too. So I don't know. Even if you go for the mines on the goons, the goons can still snipe the vultures pretty quickly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Does anybody really?
Friggin' E rank.
E rank. Get on my level. I am D rank. I say as I've not played this game in like a week because I've been busy.
I wonder how many E rank tier 2 players there are. Probably a lot.
Oh, there's a ton. I think.
Yeah.
The tiers this season are super wide open.
Yeah.
And I think part of that is because we're operating off of a new like system, so everybody's rank is fresh.
Right.
And,
I still don't get how CPL MMR works because like I've been told it's probably. Well, I've been told it's probably like whatever starting at whatever MMR you put in, and then like going up or down based off of like your preseason matches. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure I put in like 1100, 1200, and then I lost more preseason matches than one, and somehow even after like losing my first 2 weeks, it's still above. It was 1337, so I'm like,
well, no, I think everyone started at 1500, I think. And also,
okay. So that I don't know. I think it would have made more sense to like start it at whatever it's like MMR you put in for your thing, but I don't know. I guess you could lie about that, but like, I don't know. I think it still makes more sense than like, you would still lose a lot of preseason matches. I don't know. I think it doesn't make a ton of sense to start everyone at 1500. Like, at very least, what you could do is like put everyone at a certain MMR per tier.
Mm-hmm.
At very least, so like, say you start as like 1500 at tier 2 or like 1300 at tier 3 or something like that, and then maybe, I don't know, 1800 to tier 1, maybe less. I don't know. I have no clue. Like, even if it's CPL MMR, but like, I don't know.
In the chat, Jedi1 was asking for a reminder if it was polypoid, and the blind was like, "Yeah."
Oh right, I
Being
probably
very
should have.
nice.
I probably should have introduced the players instead of ranting about CPL MMR. But in the bottom right corner, in the red, representing the United Directorate, it's Neblime, and in the top left corner, hoping to pull out some more of those Jedi mind tricks, in the blue. Suddenly he's which ones carry the blue sabers? They're like not the Jedi Guardians, the Jedi Sentinels, maybe? It's Jedi 1 representing Lettuce Attack.
Hold on, we're gonna figure this one out. Blue sabers are.
I want to say they're the
Sentinels are yellow. Right?
I thought those were the consulars.
No, yep, you're right. The consulars are yellow. That's true.
Did you just fact check it?
No. I'm trying to. I'm pulling like decades old KOTOR knowledge to try to remember this. And it's like, yep.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like, actually, maybe you're right. Maybe the Sentinels are blue, and then the consulars are yellow.
Yeah, I think Guardians are green.
Guardians are green. Yeah.
Wait, who's purple?
I think that's purple. I thought there was only 3 options.
No, there's also purple.
I mean, I know you could get purple crystals in KOTOR, but I didn't think it was one of the default options. I thought it was green, blue, or yellow. It's also kind of funny that like there's no system for the dark side. You just kind of have like red or purple sabers or whatever saber you want, really. But
yeah, Surikata is saying you could only choose green, blue, or yellow from the Jedi Temple. You could take purple sabers off of dead Sith. So Sith had red.
Yeah, the acolytes or whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a cave though where you could get like different crystals, or with those weren't the color crystals though?
I think the cave. Well, no, you go into the cave, but I think the crystal that you get is like one of those 3 or something.
Yeah.
I know that there's the cave in 2 that is the same thing.
Yeah, where there's
God, KOTOR 2 is so good.
Yeah. I thought the first KOTOR had like a cave on like was it Dantooine or something? Yeah. That was the first one, right? Not the second?
I'm gonna go drop out of CPL real quick. I want to go play KOTOR. Can you finish the cast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
So, Mines coming up for Neblime. Getting his expand, getting a siege tank, Vulture out on the map. It's about to come across this probe too.
Really good pick off there.
It was very lucky.
The third base, yeah. Very skilled star sense. Luck had nothing to do with it. Neblime's just that good.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Neblime is pretty good. I mean, he's also an excellent coach. Just saying.
Great caster.
Great caster, great coach. Probably a pretty good person.
If we compliment him enough times, he might not get mad at our Australian accents earlier in the cast.
No, he'll get mad still. No, just... Listen, if you're not making Neblime... Didn't you say, like...
Oh, yeah, no. If you're not making Neblime mad when you play StarCraft, are you really? Are you doing it right?
Yeah, you're not playing StarCraft right if you're not making Neblime a little bit mad.
A little bit mad.
Didn't you say something about that, like, in the memes chat or something?
Yeah,
like,
it was
making
one of the
Neblime
expanding
mad over it?
brain memes, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like Neblime is going to start moving out across the map. He's pulled some boys. I think he's going to be trying to do a bit of a contain.
Just throws a bunker up at the third base just to block it. Like,
Oh yeah, he's like trying to do a contain on like the opposite side of the map. So I'm not sure what exactly the plan is here. This probe is going to just run across 2 random tanks in the middle of the map, though.
yeah, I think his plan is to just do a push on this third base, but his army is disjointed, but nah, here it comes. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he just wants to, like, throw a bunker up, like, he's denying this, like, mineral third with the mine. He's, also this SCB is going way around, and now they're gonna just die to these goons.
Well, you would think so, but... Oh, no, this SCV, yeah.
Yeah, this SCV... Yeah.
Right, scan goes
that,
down.
That SCV walked into the wrong neighborhood.
Oh, we have a Reaver out. Wait, or we have a Reaver in production, rather. The shuttle is out ready to pick it up. So I think Jedi 1 is going to be able to get some serious work done here. Spider-Mine's going down in the Terran main just to be safe from the drop. I think that's really smart and good.
Okay, so the cave did have red crystals, but apparently no purple ones, and it's like the green, blue, and yellow ones grew naturally, says Suricata, but you had to kill the bug larva to get the red ones.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I guess the purple ones only came off of the Sith acolytes that came to kill you.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Then...
God, I'd love if... Obsidian.
So then where do the purple ones actually come from then? So if they came off the Sith acolytes, like, are they made, like, synthetically or something?
Well, I don't think so. It's like Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber.
That's true.
Oh, there's the drop running across. So the vultures will see the drop. And there are missile turrets up to defend it. There are...
I mean, in Coder, you could use whatever crystals you want. You could go light side and still be using a red lightsaber because, you know, it's a game.
Yeah.
But...
I don't like in KOTOR 2, the thing that determines what color your lightsaber is like you could be like a Jedi. You could, or like one of the characters asked you like what color your lightsaber was, and you could just be like, yeah, it was red.
And then dark side points gained.
Yeah.
All you have to say is, oh, it was red.
It's just like, what the fuck?
I feel like Atten and forgot his name. What's the other guy from
2 or 1?
I forget. It might have been 1.
Karth,
that was it.
Karth.
I feel like Atten and Karth are similar characters. Kind of.
They're somewhat similar. It's just Atten's better because he hates droids.
He's better because he hates droids.
He's a droid racist.
Those goddamn droids. I mean.
Yeah.
How can you hate droids? Just look at, like, A4.
I mean...
What's wrong with the droid?
Well, they cheat at card games.
True.
Oh my god.
You can't cheat at Pizza.
What?
Like,
Neblime just GG's. What?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
a pretty
I guess
crazy GG right there.
Rip Neblime.
Rip Neblime. Hold on. Neblime, why did you GG?
I mean, he did just lose a bunch of tanks. Like, a bunch of goons just, like, caught him with his pants down.
I guess.
Too busy talking about Pazak for this game. I forget. It was kind of like Blackjack, wasn't it? But you could plus or minus.
Yeah.
You could buy Pazak cards.
Yeah, it was great. It was like...
Yeah.
It was like Blackjack, but Magic the Gathering.
Well, I wouldn't say Magic the Gathering. It's like you could buy lands. Like I don't remember you being able to buy lands in Zach. I know.
Shit.
Like. you're like -6, and you're like, oh, but I've got a fucking desert card or whatever the lands are. I forget. I don't. I've never played Magic, quite
Okay. You
obviously.
should play Magic. It's really fun.
Maybe I should, but I just haven't.
There's a set coming out this Friday.
The last.
All right, hold on. That was our third match of the day. Before we get to the share, that was our third match of the day. That was SR Jedi 1 takes it 2-0 over Neblime in a pretty straightforward match. Neblime just kind of got stomped there, so it's unfortunate for our Terran hero of the United Emu Directorate. And United Emu Directorate is down 3 games. Like, Let Us Attack, their tier 0 has been kicking ass and taking names this cast. So it is up to Nagnar in this ZVZ versus Toy Soldiers to regain their dignity and come back. All right, let's load the game up, and then now we can
talk about Pazak.
talk about Pazak.
Pazak, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, you know.
You know.
Well, the last card game. So before
where's
I played,
where's the StarCraft card game, Blizzard? You fucking sellouts.
Listen, like they should have like a card that's a 2/1 tank.
Kills everything your opponent has.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop in this game on Butter. Our last series of the day, so let's give it some hype. It is ZVZ, which is the best matchup. Nagnar versus Toy Soldiers.
It has an ability that does like damage to 1 unit, but it does damage to the units next to it to represent the splash, but it can't attack.
It just deals that damage randomly.
Yeah, it doesn't attack. Because it's got a siege mode ability, and you can have it.
You're okay. Let's ZVZ
right. If I go on a tangent, the game will be over before it starts.
Yes. In the top right corner, we have Toy Soldiers as the Black Zerg Brood.
And in the bottom right corner, we have Nagnar. Wait a second.
Shift tab.
No. I was going to say, didn't we already cast Nagnar?
No, we casted Naklar.
Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, hold on a second.
And they're on different teams too, so like, it's not even a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm confusing Naklar with Nagnar now.
Looks like both players are going for very similar builds. Overlord first.
It's gonna be 9 pool speed versus. Oh no! This is 12.
12 hatch.
12 hatch.
Yeah, 12 hatch from Toy Soldiers, kind of.
Okay, Well, he went 12 pool though.
It's kind of 12. Well, okay, I'm sorry. 12 pool from Toy Soldiers, and a 12 hatch from Nagnar. 12 hatch in main specifically.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Toy Soldiers went for the. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is going to be 12 pool, and it looks like it's going to be 12 pool speed. And then we're going to have 12 hatch, 11 pool, and probably 10 extractor here from Nagnar.
So would you say the guy going 12 hatch has the advantage, or the guy going 12 pool has the advantage because he can get mutas quicker?
12 hatch has the advantage because you get your second
the
hatch
lings
up.
out.
Yeah. I don't think the pool and the extractor aren't so delayed that you aren't going to be able to fight, especially because the 12 hatch is in main and not at the natural. So like even if Toy Soldiers does go like really heavy, and it actually is going to be lair first, not speed. But even if Toy Soldiers really went heavy Zerglings, you can get a Sunken Colony, like kind of nestled between the 2 hatcheries, and you're completely fine.
Right.
In fact, he is actually getting a Sunken Colony, going ahead and getting one, so that's an interesting choice there.
Well, he isn't gonna have the link advantage, so like, and he doesn't know right away if he's going like 9 pool or whatever. But so it's not bad to have the Sunken Colony.
Yeah, I think
Especially since he's
Nagnar
still
is
got
going.
the extra drone.
Yeah, I think Nagnar is going to. Their plan is to go into Mutalisks, completely, and then just try to defend with what they have. Whereas Toy Soldiers is going. They've mailed so many extra Zerglings here that I think Nagnar just wants to make a little bit less Zerglings, but then get more Mutalisks.
Right.
So as soon as the lair finishes here from Toy Soldiers, we should see the Spire go down.
And Toy Soldiers is going to have the quicker Spire, but, you know, Nagnar is going to have that one drone advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Which
is huge.
Which, yeah, in a matchup, in a low econ matchup like ZBZ, like, every drone matters more. Like, even, like, one drone is pretty big.
Nagnar taking
At least I think
an okay fight there. Again, just limiting the
yeah.
Zergling count of their opponent is really good. Yeah, I mean...
Plus, yeah,
Spire goes down for Toy Soldiers, and I think Spire will go down for Nagnar here very shortly as well. There it is. And again, like, Nagnar just has that one drone advantage, so it is like a 10% stronger income. And they're even rebuilding an extra drone, so there'll be two drones up.
Compared to Toy Soldiers, it's 1 out of 9, so it's like a 1/9 stronger income. Well, now it's 8 drones, but...
Well, oh, dang. Toy Soldiers
actually... Oh, well, now it's 8
yeah.
to 11 drones.
Yeah, I mean, and Nagnar is going up to 14 drones, okay? And these Zerglings, I really like the fanning out of the Zerglings as they're running across the map, being like, okay, are there any Zerglings hiding anywhere? And it's like, nope, they're all back at Toy Soldiers base defending to make sure that that Spire gets up. Yeah. But Nagnar's about to be on 15 drones, 16 drones actually. Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess he's just trying to squeeze out the drones before his Spire finishes, and so he can have the econ advantage. Plus, he's got the extra hatch, which I think is going to be huge. Like, it's 15 drones versus 9, and Toy Soldiers is going to have slightly quicker mutas, except he didn't even make the...
actually, Zerglings are diving on top of the Spire. That could be huge. But I
don't think he's not going to get it.
No. Actually, where is he? The Spire's out of range of the Sunken Colony. He might actually be able to get the Spire.
I don't think he's going to get it. Like, he just has to pull some drones and it'll be fine. I think it'll just barely live. I could be wrong.
Oh my god.
It's actually very close.
Oh my god. 67
there
HP.
it is.
But again, all it takes is another Zergling run by because that Spire is out of range of the Sunken Colony.
Honestly, you should block it with a creep colony.
Put one like right behind the minerals there. Okay,
three
mutas come out, and that's
Spire.
Exactly what those Zerglings are diving for.
No.
Getting on top of the Spire, and it is taken out. Nagnar's gonna have to rebuild it. He has a couple of Scourge in production, but there is also a Spore colony built.
That is huge. I was gonna say if he could save that Spire, that's huge for Nagnar. But like now that he's lost the Spire, that really sucks. Like, he's on double the drone count, like, but he can't make any, like, mutas. He just has to rebuild. He has to rebuild the Spire or make Lings or something, but...
Oh, he lost all his Scourge to one of Toy Soldier's Scourge, and that's really bad, because he really needs those Scourge to make this an even fight.
As long as he doesn't lose any, like, drones to, the, like, a huge Ling run by, or, like, mute the mutas again, like...
Yeah, Nagnar hasn't rebuilt. Nagnar hasn't rebuilt their... Okay, they're now rebuilding their Spire. But there's another Zergling run by coming in. Toy Soldiers kills all of Nagnar's mutas.
He's making another creep colony, but, like, I feel like he could have made this one way earlier.
Yeah.
He's also gonna, like, kill the Zevo chamber.
Yep.
And
Nagnar GG's.
What? He GG'd? Honestly...
I don't fault him for it, right?
I think it was a bit preemptive. Like, it's not a great position, sure. He lost his Spire, but... And, like, there's Lings in his base, sure. But... I don't know. I think you could still play it out from here. Like, as bad as it is. Like...
Yeah. I think you could, but it's really hard.
It's tough, but I don't think it's unplayable. Like, I could be totally wrong. This over.
Right.
Okay. Lightswarm says it's over, so I'm wrong. There you go.
Lightswarm is the official dictator of.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
Dictator. No. I don't know.
He's the official dictator of what ZVZ should look like. And if he says it's over, that means it's over. All right, our second game.
I'm just gonna say he's the better player, so if he says it's over, it's probably over.
That's true. Our second game going on to Polypoid.
But like, I don't know. Couldn't you just like as like Nagnar was purple, right? Couldn't you just like mass lings and do some sort of counterattack? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think your opponent just gets too many mutas over time.
Sure, but you still have spores, which is something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Game is up. Get in here, character.
No.
Get over
Okay,
here.
sure, fine. Only because you asked.
Okay. Because I asked so nice.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Here we go. Our second game of our final series. We got to put some hype in it. In the top right corner, we have Nagnar, this time as the Orange Zerg Brood.
And in the top left corner, in the brown with the choice. I mean the wait, fuck, which team is he on?
Toy Soldiers
Right.
is on Let Us Attack.
Okay, on Let Us Attack. I'm just imagining like toy soldiers holding lettuce, like they're like really big.
It's like little army men in one of those little toy kitchens, and they have like the plastic
except
lettuce.
they're like upscale. Oh, okay, plastic lettuce, sure.
Okay.
I was thinking like upscaled army men, so like the lettuce actually is like, you know, maybe not huge, like not life-size toy soldiers, but like bigger toy soldiers and like I don't know, big enough to like stick lettuce in their hands, if that makes any sense.
They're just holding lettuce instead of guns.
Yeah, instead of guns, they're just holding lettuce.
Heads of lettuce. They're just like, here we go. All right. Toy Soldiers. Looks like they're actually going for 9 pool this game before Overlord. Nagnar getting Overlord, so we'll see if it's what kind of build it goes. It looks like okay. So it looks like Nagnar is going for 12 something versus 9 pool.
Yeah, 12 something. I think it's going to be 12 hatch because he hasn't made he's over 200 minerals. He hasn't made the pool yet, so he's probably going to go 12 hatch.
Yep.
And we'll see how the defense is versus this.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Nagnar is going to get the first scout. Toy Soldiers isn't going to get the scout, but
Yeah, that's
he is
actually
probably
huge for his build, right? Because if you're going 9 pool, you want to be aggressive.
But he's probably going to see the empty base and then move horizontally anyway, I assume. I assume that's what you do.
Yeah, also, he's going to see Nagnar's Overlord floating in from the left and go, okay, this is your first Overlord.
Also, he's immediately going to lair instead of speed. So he's going to have the quicker mutas again. And is this the same as last game? He went Nagnar went 12 hatch in base, and
no,
then
Toy Soldiers went 12 pool. I think last game. This is a 9 pool.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nagnar's build
he went
is the
9
same.
pool. Okay, Nagnar's build is the same, but Toy Soldiers is going for the much faster mutas this time, like even skipping speed. It's just 9 pool into mutas.
And those Zerglings are going to get in the main, like this Sunken Colony.
They're going to get before the Sun Colony is up.
That's huge. That's huge.
I think this is just like, even if he loses the,
well, he gets 1 drone.
I think.
Wow, that was held really well by Nagnar. That was great.
I think Toy Soldiers is just gonna win this one. Just because his lair is his lair is already done, and Nagnar's lair is just starting. And he's got
yes, but Nagnar. It's kind of similar to oh shit, yeah. I mean, Spire's just starting and Lair's just starting. Never mind. Yeah, it's actually crazy how much faster this is than game 1.
Yeah, as long as Toy Soldiers isn't gonna take any damage to a Ling run by.
No.
He has more Lings out first. They still both have 10 drones. Nagnar has the extra larva, but he's gonna be waiting for his mutas, and like Toy Soldiers mutas are gonna pop first, and honestly, I think they're just gonna do the damage probably. Right? Like
Yeah, yeah. I think that. I mean, really, right now, Nagnar's only option is to get Evolution Chamber to get Spore Colonies. Like, I think that's their only option to not die immediately here. Because Toy Soldiers is just gonna have such an insane advantage with Mutalisks.
And like Nagnar can't attack out this. Like he can just hold the ramp and he's fine.
Yeah. Okay, 3 mutas on the way.
Actually, these are the same amount of Zerglings, I just realized.
Lightswarm, yes. Yeah.
11 Zerglings versus 11 Zerglings. So he's getting a creep colony, probably for a spore.
Yep. And you can see the drone positioned here. There's going to be a creep colony there. Yep.
3 mutas have popped.
And they're heading straight across the map.
Spore hasn't started yet.
Yeah, spores are 75 minerals.
And spores just started, but like the mutas are already
Spores build
south.
very quickly.
He didn't go directly into the main. He like went around a little bit, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, the spore's already done, but he can still get like pot shots off on the. Well, I guess not with 3 mutas, right? I don't know.
No, I think not with 3 mutas, and I think the mutas are now going to sort of just scout across the map and make sure Nagnar hasn't gotten a ninja base anywhere.
He might also be like looking for any lings to pick off. I don't know.
That is also probably true. Looking for any pockets that he can like harass and kill for free. Alright, Pero Scourge Pop. Carapace started for Nagnar.
So Light Swarm asks if Neblime doesn't cast his week 3 games, can you?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wait,
I'll
did I
cast those games?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of mutas. I think how many mutas is it to one-shot Scourge?
I have no clue. He probably is enough. He has 7.
9.
9?
They do 9 damage, and the Scourge have 25 HP, so 9, 18. So 3 mutas should one-shot a Scourge?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey. That's pretty good. Okay, Toy Soldiers getting an expansion up. Nagnar continues. Like, they're getting their mutas now, and they're getting +1 air carapace, which is basically extremely useful. Basically.
He's got 8 mutas, 2 Scourge. He's gonna head across the map and see what he can do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Although I think the longer this goes on, the better it gets for Nagnar, because like he's got the drone advantage again. He's had 2 hatches for a while.
Right.
He doesn't have the muta advantage, but he doesn't need to be aggressive.
But he's about to have the carapace advantage, which is going to be a huge advantage when the fight actually breaks out.
That is true.
I guess Toy Soldiers has just been powering up mutas.
Well, he hasn't started. Wait a second. What? Yeah, Nagnar got carapace, but Toy Soldiers didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why Nagnar has a huge advantage in that case.
Yeah, now I'd say it's just better for Nagnar. He has more drones, he's had more larvae for longer, like so he's like both got a decent amount of like it's 10 mutas versus 6, but you know, there's more mutas coming.
Yeah.
And he has the extra drones and just like better defense at home. So it's not like he's gonna die at anything really quickly anytime soon. Like He's about to take his natural whenever he has the minerals.
Yeah, I mean he has plenty of Zerglings to help defend the ground. He has now has plenty of Mutalisks to
Like, now
fight
he's
off.
droning a lot again, though. Like, what happened last time is... There is Scourge, though. Like, if a bunch of Scourge dive into these, like, mutas, and, like, the mutas just start clearing everything, like, it could snowball really quickly.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Looks like neither player really wants to take a fight.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to play safely.
Toy soldiers droning up now.
Yeah, it looks like nobody wants to take any chances, and they're just gonna power up.
Yep.
Although there is... never mind. There isn't. Forget whatever I was about to say. I was going to lie to you, and I decided against it because I am such a good guy.
Because we're trying to cast good games.
Good games
Be
for the
good
fans.
casters, yeah. Oh.
Oh!
Looks like only one of those Scourge connected. Alright, so here's a big move out by Nagnar.
Oh, that is a whole control group of Scourge. There's a control group of mutas and a control group of Scourge.
Yeah, so this fight is not good for Nagnar, right? Like, oh my god,
Ooh.
the Scourge. Melt through those Mutalisks, though, right? But that +1 carapace is doing a lot of work.
But Nagnar's going for this counterattack with these Zerglings. Get 1 drone, 2 drones.
3 drones.
3 drones?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Maybe four drones? Maybe
4 drones? No, 4.
4 drones. But yeah, like, Nagnar's muta count is reset, but again, he has his natural, he has 2 gases up, so he can reset that, he can rebuild that pretty easily. Now Toy Soldiers is behind 2
4
orders.
drones. That's a pretty big deal, like in ZVZ.
Yeah.
4 drones, big.
Yeah, now see, Toy Soldiers was gonna go in for the counterattack, but Nagnar gets 2 spore colonies.
Nagnar is doing the Ling counterattack again, and there's no Sunkens or anything. Like, he gets a drone, he gets another drone. He's got to defend at home because he's got less mutas, but like the Lings are doing work. Although they're attacking this extractor, which I don't agree with, but okay.
I think it's really good just because of how important gas is in...
Never mind. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well, I said I didn't like it because I didn't think he'd get the extractor, but he actually got the extractor, so...
Okay.
I was wrong.
Yeah, Toy Soldier's finally getting that +1 carapace. But yeah, because you have to also consider every Zerg building you kill is also a drone kill, technically.
That is true. I mean... The drones already killed them. So, well, I mean, they didn't. They became something else, but they're not a drone anymore. Anyway, so.
On the flip side, Toy Soldier's muta count has forced a lot of spore colonies from Nagnar, and so that is also a lot of drones that are like dedicated to that defense, right?
Right.
So.
Although I guess you're still right because you still have to sacrifice a drone to make another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Also, KKK Zerg Rush says good unit.
Yeah, Ling's good unit. Alright, we got 8 mutas here for Nagnar. I think also 10 mutas for Toy Soldiers. And Toy Soldiers once again just is still building Mutalisks, but Nagnar's also getting a ton of Scourge out.
Yeah.
This is like a ZVT Scourge positioning from Toy Soldiers.
What makes it ZVT Scourge positioning?
Well, I guess it's also ZV, not Z. I don't know, because like they're blocking.
Does it just yeah? It drops like shuttles or
drop shuttles,
drop ships.
Missiles.
Yeah. You name it.
You name it, they got it.
You name it, we make it go boom.
Hey.
Hey.
+2 air carapace coming out from Nagnar now.
Also, every time I look at the Scourge count for Nagnar, it's the exact same as... Actually, not Nagnar. I guess anytime I check the whatever. Okay, last time, to be accurate, last time I checked the muta count and the scourge count for someone, they were exactly the same. And
I think right now.
Nagnar has one less muta. Oh, yeah, never mind. There's another muta. Now it's the same.
Yeah, that's a lot of mutas coming out from Toy Soldiers.
Yeah. Toy Soldiers still has a lot more mutas.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but Nagnar can still make more mutas because he's got the larva advantage and the like drone advantage. He's always had the extra hatchery, so
Yeah.
like as long as he just doesn't die.
Yeah, I think Toy Soldiers. Yeah, Toy Soldiers +1 carapace is finished now. I think his timing really wants to be before +2 finishes for Nagnar.
Yeah. But like one thing to consider is like Toy Soldiers does just have a lot more mutas at the moment. But like you said, they both have the carapace. And
yes.
But Nagnar has got the. Did you already say he's got the +2 carapace on the way?
He's researching. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and Toy Soldier starts +2. Okay.
It's like I'm listening to you, but at the same time I'm not. It's like one ear out the other, to the point where I'm like not even sure if you said it or not, and I'm like,
right. Okay, here comes a big attack in from Toy Soldiers, trying to get a nice position, nice engagement here with Nagnar. Toy Soldier has a slight army advantage, and I'm pretty sure that's all in Mutalisks or Scourge, but it's only very slight. It really would come down to Scourge connections if the two players had a big fight. So it could be anybody's game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think Nagnar is just in a better position. Like he's had the upgrades faster the whole game.
7 worker lead, about to be an 11 worker lead.
Yeah, exactly.
Toy Soldiers is getting a 3rd though. But I think that will get denied if Nagnar actually moves out.
But Nagnar still got, like, he's still gonna have the better income in larva production just because he's always had the extra in-base hatch.
That's true.
And like now Nagnar finally has like a really 6 o'clock? Oh,
6 o'clock. He's taking a hit in 3rd. Yeah. That's gonna be. So,
and the funny thing is, there's Zerglings at bases that he's not taking.
yeah.
Looking for it.
The perfect ninja hatch.
The hidden leaf hatch.
Yeah, and now these mutas are going to deny this hatchery here.
Yep. Scourge are going to go ahead in front of them.
Yup.
And he's just going to back off.
Yeah. Nagnar getting +1 attack now. +2 armor is finished.
Is it worth it over getting like +3 carapace? Or I guess you can't get it anyway. You'd have to get hive, but.
Which I mean, I guess he could do.
He is getting a queen's nest though, so he is gonna go up to hive.
Well, that's Toy Soldiers going up to hive, so I think Toy Soldiers.
Is Toy Soldiers is.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a weird game. Toy Soldiers also getting. Wait, has Toy Soldiers not had an evolution chamber this entire game?
Guess not. He's only making one now.
Wow.
He made creep colonies, but then he didn't do anything with them. Like that one creep colony in the main, like the top one, has been there for so long and hasn't done anything. Like it could have been a extra drone mining this entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's finally become a spore colony.
It's achieving its dreams.
Yeah, it took a while. It took the long road, but it got there eventually.
Alright, Nagnar is about to have their own Queen's Nest finished. And Nagnar has 3 gas, so, like, they are fine. Like, they're going to be able to get their, hive almost immediately. Yeah.
So, what does Hive v Hive ZBZ look like? The same?
It depends. Jesus, this is like a campaign.
Holy. It's like hold out against the Zerg. By the way, you are Zerg.
Yeah, this is like a shot that they use in the campaign, like in the pre-mission, like fucking, like, oh no, the Zerg are coming to kill us.
alternative box art. It's just like a bunch of mutas swarming down on like.
Yeah. All right.
It was rejected box art.
Both hives coming up from players. Both players breaking out in hives. Toy Soldiers still only on 2 bases. I think one of their Zerglings is finally going to be moving across the map. Still isn't going to be scouting that 6 o'clock location. Toy Soldiers
to be
going to
fair,
try
like,
to expand to 9, but there's a Zergling there already.
Yeah. You ever seen that like that YouTube StarCraft short that was like called Zerg Rush, and there's like you can just see like the swarm coming over like the horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine like I don't know, something like that as box art. Like there's just a bunch of like mutas like filling a skyline or something.
Yeah.
About to descend on a doomed Terran colony.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd buy it. I'd buy that game. It seems pretty neat.
You see, I would grab some more Timmies, but like, it's like a 20-25 minute walk you over there. Plus, I'd have to like wait for my coffee and then come back. I'd be back in like an hour. So yeah.
Yeah.
This game isn't. I'm not.
Nagnar's getting a Greater Spire. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna see Devours? That'd be pretty sweet, actually.
It could.
Yeah, Devours would be fucking amazing.
I actually could get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see Devours.
Although I could get there quicker on my bike, but like my bike currently has no brakes, so and it's like downhill towards Tim Hortons.
So you would just get there faster.
I mean, yes, but there's stoplights and traffic, so you know.
Well, you know, those are more suggestions then.
I'm just like weaving through traffic on a bike, like.
Oh, lame! He's getting +3 Carapace instead of.
Oh,
Devours! We got him.
We got him. Devours.
2 Devours mixed in, dude. That's gonna be crazy. That's such a huge advantage in an air fight. Toy Soldiers is getting what +2 weapons, +1 weapons. Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
This is absolutely Nagnar's game to win.
Yeah, that's crazier than me blowing through red lights on my bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for anybody who doesn't know what Devours are, these are Devours. They have their attack is Corrosive Acid. It does does single target damage, but it has an AoE effect where all the units affected by the AoE take 1 extra damage from all attacks. And that AoE stacks for like 5 minutes. It's a debuff called Acid Spores. And you never see it because there's never an instance where you have like a really big air army. Like no one ever goes big air armies, but this is
except in ZVZ that ZVZ doesn't tend to last 20 minutes most of the time.
Exactly. So now that we have Devours mixed in, we will be able to like see this fight. Nagnar actually getting their 4th base. Toy Soldiers moving out, prepared for a fight. I mean, they're gonna.
Another thing is like they have more than twice the health of like mutas, so like they're probably like they could even like tank more scourge shots if it like happened to them. Like if they go on top of the Devours.
Yeah, they can tank 2 scourge shots, so it's
they really do that much damage. 110.
Yeah. Also, they have
can tank
2 base armor, which is insane.
They can tank 3 scourge shots because the scourge do 110 damage.
Yeah, but they die.
I mean, yes, but they would have to die to the like extra damage to either a scourge shot or like mutas. But
that's true. Yeah.
It's like saying, oh yeah, they can tank 1 scourge shot because they die to the mutas. It's like, well, now we're just getting like now you're just being technical. Like, come on.
I want to see Nagnar mix like 3 Guardians in with this army so that the Guardians can fight Spore Colonies. No, Toy Soldiers is getting 5 Devours. But it's like a 40 unit supply difference here.
It looks like you might get your wish of seeing a Max Muta fight.
Yeah. Neither player is like wanting to engage. They just are both sitting back and macroing.
I mean, like, Toy Soldiers has like Devours now. Not nearly as many, but he's got them out.
Yeah. He's also getting +2 attack, while Nagnar's getting +3 Carapace.
And
hey, you know what?
Nagnar's got the +1 attack too.
Does he? Oh, he does.
No, yeah, he's already got it. So.
I was clicked on a Scourge, and I guess they don't get bonuses from attack. Alright, so this Muta thing is going to try to fight this Hatchery, but it's going to get taken out. Hatchery is protected.
Also, I like how the Scourge attack is... Well, never mind. Never mind.
I don't know if we're allowed to say that on stream.
Yeah.
Twitch. I know you're not if it was YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just.
Anyway.
It's very funny.
No,
That's
I just would have
expected.
I would have expected it to be like Kamikaze or something. I don't...
Yeah, no, it's just straight up just like, oh.
Yeah.
All right, here's the attack in the big fight. Let's turn off all of our.
But the acid spores go down on like Nagnar.
Holy shit! Yeah, that is a lot of acid spores on Nagnar's mutas. But the thing is, a lot of these mutas are not engaged in the fight.
Well, but the Scourge come in.
Here come the Scourge.
I think the mutas are still gonna win out though.
Yeah, like there's just so much. Nagnar started this fight with like 40 excess supply. There's no way, right?
This should end the game,
it's
right?
GG. We have a 9 acid spores. No, Toy Soldiers is still. No, wait.
Oh no!
Oh
he still wins. I guess the early acid.
I think the acid spores just spread a lot better for Toy Soldiers. I think Nagnar came in at.
Well, the thing is, like,
hold on. Okay, would it be bad if I rewound this just to see what was going on? Because I'm gonna do that.
Instant replay.
I want to know because I think what happened was. Toy Soldiers Devours were spread out, so there were acid spores on all of Nagnar's mutas, but Nagnar's Devours were all focused on one area. That's what I think happened.
But not to mention that like Toy Soldiers got the acids Nagnar. So like
wait, hold on, you cut out there. Toy Soldiers got the what?
He got the acid spores off way before Nagnar did.
Oh.
Like if you watch the fight, like he gets the acid spores off right away, whereas Nagnar get the acid spores off like
for like
super slow.
I want to watch this fight. Okay, so yeah,
see,
no, there's a big
acid spores.
Oh yeah, these Devours they aren't in the fight at all. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Devours are way behind, and then he finally clicks them, and then he gets the acid spores off like 10 seconds into the fight, I want to say.
Yeah, and now you have all these mutas that all have like 9 acid spores.
Yeah, so like the acid spores get off on his like way gets in. So I think that was huge on it.
Yeah, and then a lot of these Scourge come in and they're also like one-shotting things. Yeah, like a lot of these mutas, and no, and it was also my thing where like the Devours are all like on this corner here.
And the thing is, he doesn't even get 9 stacks on like Nagnar doesn't get 9 stacks on a lot of Toy Soldiers mutas, whereas like because Toy Soldiers got the Devours way quicker, he gets 9 stacks on a lot of like Nagnar's mutas, whereas Toy Soldiers like winds up with 2, 4, 6, 3 stacks on 1 stack on a lot of his stuff.
And there was only one Devour, like Nagnar had way less.
And like each stack is effectively 1 less armor, right? So like that is probably huge.
All right, let's go back up to normal speed. All right, that's crazy. But the thing is, Nagnar is on 4 base. Well, I guess Toy Soldiers is on 4 bases too, right? But
yeah,
Nagnar still has 10. Why is the replay games? Because we were appreciating the fine art of.
We're looking back at how that Muta fight went.
Okay, we were appreciating the artistry. So toy soldiers will finally see this like bottom base here, right?
Yeah. I honestly think that if Nagnar's Devourers were in the fight a lot sooner, like that goes the other way, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the thing is, Nagnar is 20 drones above their opponent. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way, and Toy Soldiers doesn't have a way to punish these bases. Like, I honestly think he could get some Guardians and he could take out this base a little bit at a time.
At this point, Nagnar could just make extra hatches for the larva.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, Nagnar's already rocketed back up. Now, most of their supply is still in workers. Like, that's their entire lead is workers. But, let's get our production tab back up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... Oh,
Nagnar's
Toy
getting the
Soldiers
flyer.
getting 5th.
Carapace? Not flyer carapace, what am I saying?
Oh.
The attack range.
Attack
He's going...
+2, yeah.
Yeah, because he's already got the armor, so he's on 3-1, about to go 3-2, whereas Toy Soldiers is 2-2? Yeah, he's 2-2.
Yeah.
And
he's not getting any upgrades.
And he doesn't have the carapace going either, so like...
Yeah, I think he
Nagnar's about...
He needed to get some damage done somewhere, and it just did. He didn't have the opportunity to get damage done.
Still, like, Nagnar's playing really solid. Like, even in the game he lost, I still think, like, he was still in, like, pretty good position so long as he could hold, you know?
I think the big issue right now is that Nagnar has expanded twice, and Toy Soldiers has done nothing about it. All like on 2 expansions they shouldn't have. Like Nagnar shouldn't have 6 o'clock, and Nagnar shouldn't have bottom left, because Toy Soldiers has been out on the map. He just hasn't gone to fight them.
Or he hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, exactly. He hasn't like seen it yet. But now he should see these like drones transferring.
There are these Scourge that go by each other. Oh, some detonate.
Oh, huge detonations on the mutas, but like...
Not huge enough.
But the thing is, Toy Soldier still has Devourers. Nagnar doesn't have any Devourers with his armor.
He does have Scourge, but yeah.
He does have Scourge, but the Scourge are taken out, and now the mutas are going to need to dive onto this main here before the Spore Colonies finish, but he's not going to do that.
Man, Spore Colonies really do build fast. Like, I don't think I've seen the progress bar of any other thing go as fast as building a Spore Colony.
I think like Toy Soldiers needs to just get like Adrenalings. You're on Hive, just get Adrenalings and then just make a bunch of Zerglings, you know, and then go kill this boss. Yeah.
100%.
I don't know, it just feels like there's something missing here, because like, just Guardians, right? Because Guardians will outrange the Spore Colonies, and then you can just camp right in the middle of the map, have your Guardians hit the Spore Colonies, and if they ever try to engage, you have the Devourer advantage.
Right.
Like, even if it's just 2 Guardians, right? 2 Guardians would be enough to eventually kill this base. You could come in from this angle, you could come in from up here.
2 Guardians would be enough to protect the galaxy. We don't need the rest of them.
True. What the hell?
Yeah, I've never actually seen that movie.
You ever seen? It's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't have a reason for not seeing it. I just didn't see it, you know.
But well, it's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess the thing is, the problem is like their bases. They're even on bases, even though the bottom left is very funny right now.
Yeah.
Because like neither player can really go fight the other one's base down there. But the problem is Toy Soldiers is taking all of their obvious bases. Nagnar still has like the entire bottom right that they can take, and that's like their freebies, right? Those are the bases that they're supposed to be able to take.
Also, just I like how there's this hatchery in the natural, and then there's like this hatchery in the main. They're right next to each other.
Yeah,
like it's. When is he gonna find out about this bottom left? Like, he's gonna send a drone down here to take the main, and he's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
He knows. He's seen it, and it's just like so weird. Yeah, he's seen it. Like, he just sent a Scourge over and was killed by the Spore Colonies, and so it's just like make 5 Zerglings or something. I don't know. But now there's a bunch of sunken colonies too. So how do you fight that? Toy Soldiers. Toy Soldiers says, "I'm gonna get a Defiler mound." Which kind of works. You could plague the spore colonies, right?
Wait,
And-
does plague
Oh,
work
huge,
on
huge fight,
buildings?
huge fight, and I think this is the tipping point. I think Nagnar actually is going to be
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is the
Even
tipping
with the
point.
acid spores,
This
not
is the
gonna be enough.
GG.
Yeah,
Nagnar's
that's gotta be
ahead.
it.
Oh, I'm so sad we missed this final fight, but that it has
I didn't miss
to be.
it. You missed it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, that's what a 20 worker advantage gets you in this matchup, I guess.
Gets you the W eventually.
Gets you the
Because
dub.
if you have a 20 worker advantage, it's like the game has gone longer than 95% of ZBZs.
Yeah. I think it's really unfortunate. I think Toy Soldiers played really well. I really liked their control with the Devours and the Mutalisks. And I like the idea of having the Defilers come out to plague the colony clusters. I guess the issue is, like, Nagnar can just overpower them because 20 worker advantage. But with that, we're gonna go to game 3, right? Toy Soldiers won our first game?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna go to
If we're
game
going to game 3, then yes.
Then this is our last game of the day, our final ZVZ. I'm gonna load the game in and then go use the bathroom. Okay. Oh, shit. We're in our last game of our last series. This is Nagnar's only opportunity to get a win for the United Emu Directorate in Tier 0. This is also Toy Soldier's opportunity to help his team get the clean sweep. Is he going to have a 2-1 like Kaiko versus Lightswarm, or is he going to be the only Let Us Attack player to drop a map? Or drop a game in the series.
I got my money on Nagnar.
You got your money on Nagnar? I think Nagnar played really well. I think,
Yeah.
Nagnar, like, plays really, like, they get that drone lead and they take advantage of it. Alright, in the top right corner, as the orange Zerg of the Garm brood, we have Nagnar.
And in the bottom left, in the Toy Soldier green, as the Zerg representing Let Us Attack, it's Toy Soldier.
This is, he's the lettuce. Overlay, thank you, Lightswarm.
You think that was intentional? Like, gotta be lettuce green?
Maybe. It'd be pretty funny. It's the team colors.
Yeah. Like, everybody on Let Us Attack just has to pick green. Like,
it's like, this is our team color. You have to play this. If your opponent tries to play it, refuse to play against them.
yes, like, you
play.
host, and, like, you get in the lobby first to claim green, and then you make them, like, come to your game.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I'll host, and then you immediately pick green, so that they can't play green.
My favorite color. I always play green. Yeah, well, we're the Let Us Attack. So.
Yeah. You
Both
better
players
let us attack.
Better let us attack using green. Both players getting their Overlord, Toy Soldiers getting Overpool, and Nagnar instead going up to the 12 head. So we're looking at like a very similar to game 1, or game 2 rather. I think Toy Soldiers really is just gonna do their Overpool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nagnar, meanwhile, going up to 12 drones and getting a hatchery in main. So yeah, this is game 2. Except we're on a
Also,
two-player map this time.
Lightswarm says the UED has some red ZVZ Hydra enthusiasts.
I do know that Nagnar is a Hydra ZVZ enthusiast.
Average Muta fan versus Hydra enjoyer.
The Chad Hydra enjoyer.
Yeah.
Ugh. What do you do when you're playing mirror matchups this season, right? What do you do in ZVZ?
Trying to get that scouting information, eh?
Yeah.
Honestly, I usually just go 9 pool speed.
Just try to end the game early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I won't do anything else, but like I'll probably go 9 pool speed at least once. There you go, opponents. If I get ZVZ next week, you know what to expect.
Nagnar getting 3 hatch before layer, really quickly. I guess
Wait.
we'll see if they're doing,
Yeah.
if they're doing layer or speed first. And it's gonna be speed first. I think Nagnar's just gonna try to do a link flood, but
Looks like it. I mean, that's what you do when you get the 3 hatches, right?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right?
I think
Right?
right.
Right?
And Nagnar knows what Toy Soldiers is doing. The Overlord's over here. Toy Soldiers know what Nagnar is doing. Second hatch going in main. Spire going up for Toy Soldiers. The problem is with the link flood is Toy Soldiers just has to hold the concave on the ramp, right?
Right.
And Nagnar is insanely far behind in terms of getting their Spire out. Nagnar's getting Burrow.
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Nagnar's getting Burrow.
Huh.
So I guess
What's...
okay, so I guess if he gets Evo Chamber and Spire, or gets Evo Chamber and Spore Colonies, you can burrow, because usually the problem with burrow is that the mutas just camp where the drones are at, but if you have Spore Colonies, the mutas can't camp the drones, so you just burrow, and yeah, Nagnar's going up to 20
I mean,
drones.
can't you just get Overlords and then kill the drones? Like as long as you have an Overlord, like as long as you have one Overlord there.
Yeah, that is true.
Like you don't have your own mutas to shoo away the Overlords, like unless you have a Spore Colony or something.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know. This. Like, is his plan to make Spore Colonies and get Burrow and then Link Flood him anyway? I do not know.
Oh my god.
It looks like it.
It's actually. I mean, well, yeah, but the problem is, right? Like Overlord can just move over here, but he is gonna delay the hatchery, right? It's gonna be like he's gonna try to throw the hatchery down and be like, oh, I can't build that here. So now we have all these Zerglings that'll be burrowed across the map, so that the Overlords don't have to be around the map, right? Because the thing is, if your opponent gets mutas a lot faster, your Overlords have to stay in your base, but then you don't get any scouting information. But if you have burrowed Zerglings everywhere, all of a sudden, you've
got scouting information.
It's the big.
Sure, burrow a Zergling at his natural, just to be cheeky.
He did, and then it died.
Oh yeah, I guess there's the Overlord. So yeah.
It's unfortunate. There is one right outside it though.
Mutas coming. 3 mutas coming across the map. He's gonna have the spores up.
Yeah, it looks
and
like
a lot more drones.
Yeah, so it's 25 drones to 12, with a bunch of spore colonies up. Toy Soldiers
also
has a lot of Zerglings. If the Zerglings come in, they could probably dive the sunken colonies and kill them.
Also, Toy Soldiers is doing the thing he did last game, where he makes a creep colony and then he does nothing with it for like the next 10 minutes, probably.
I think it was just supposed to be a safety colony in case the Zerglings busted his ramp, but because he didn't bust the ramp, he doesn't have to evolve it.
Right, that makes sense. However, I'm an idiot, so actually, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna criticize it anyway for no reason, even though it's totally fine play and probably smart. No, I just. Alright.
Alright, fourth hatch
Alright.
coming down for Nagnar.
Building more Sunkens in case he gets link flooded, which he totally is. He sees it coming across the map.
But I think he has the Sim City to deflect this, right? 4 sunken colonies in the natural.
Yeah. Another hatchery going up. He might be able to pick off the hatch, but like it's mostly the block for the Sunkens, right?
Yeah.
Plus the extra lings are also blocking the Sunkens.
Oop, a couple of lings are gonna get up.
Oh, but they're gonna slip into the main. But there's only spores here.
Yeah, there is only spores here. That means the Zerglings will just be able. I think targeting down the spore colonies is a really smart move.
So that he can come in with the mutas.
Yes. Yeah.
Damn. I think he thought like this would have blocked the ramp, but it doesn't. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Twitch chat is being dumb. Yeah. So now the spore colonies are gonna die, right? And then you just have free reign in the base.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Burrow the drones. No, the drones.
They're blocking. They're blocking Degenerate now.
Yeah. No. Twitch
Yeah.
is, I don't. Twitch sucks. Yeah, but I think like the mutas aren't gonna be able to stop these spore colonies from getting up in time. And now comes the counterattack from Nagnar into the expansion of Toy Soldiers, but I think Toy Soldiers can hold this fairly well.
I mean, it's only 8 lings.
The thing is, you forced 3 more spore colonies, which is huge, right? That's 3 drone kills. But the Hydra Den is finally up, right? So now
he's gonna get a few drone kills though, or at least 1. Yeah, he gets 1. 1 for 6 lings. It's something. It's not great, but.
Well, I mean, I guess like Nagnar's fine with that, right? Is because he has the drone lead, so he's fine with trading inefficient army units for workers.
Sure, but the longer,
I mean, the longer the game goes on, we're going into Hydras. Okay.
Yeah. He's getting the
+1 in range.
Hydra range, yeah. How do Hydras fare against mutas? I hear they're not great, but I assume if you have enough of them, like
so they're bad on like less or even numbers, but once you can get enough Hydras, they fight mutas really well because of their range. Like the Hydras can kind of be they can kind of be like horse marines.
You have to reach like a critical mass of them.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Zerglings too, where Zerglings at a certain amount can flood over the Hydras and kill them, but when you get enough Hydras, the fact that like you have every Hydra in the ball fighting Zerglings, and the Zerglings have to get surface area, the Hydras are way more effective.
Yeah.
Hydras have like an exponential power spike, basically.
More lings get into the main? Alright, only 3 though survive, and they're killing the spore.
Oh, the drones are going to try to fight it, but yeah, the Zerglings are going to get the spore colony. Oh, maybe not.
They could have gotten that 1 drone they were attacking.
Okay, spore colony does fall.
Oh, they get the spore. And 3 Hydras are going to pop.
Yep, and that should be enough to clean this up.
And 4 more are going to pop. There we go.
Yep.
2 Hydras die.
Yeah, but you can see this where like the mutas actually will one-shot Hydras. I think Toy Soldiers, they can't be super aggressive, but they could be aggressive. Like they can pick at this spore colony right here.
Yeah, they can also like pick off these Hydras as they hatch. Like picks off the spore colony, picks off a Hydra, picks off a Hydra, picks off a picks off a Hydra.
He's gonna pick off this spore colony right here.
Picks off a Hydra. Well, wait.
He's gonna pick off the Hydras.
But he's gonna pick off the Hydra.
Yeah. And this is why going Hydras is like not good.
Risky.
It's risky, yeah. It's why generally people don't do it, because you trade so inefficiently. But Nagnar's kind of getting away with it, because behind this, Toy Soldiers isn't really macroing, unfortunately. They're floating 1k minerals. They don't have a third base, which they could take a third base for free at this point. But they are rallying more Mews across the map, and because of that, they can just keep trying to pick off Hydras in the main, right?
Right. There's also these Zerglings just blocking the bases he could take.
Yep. So he needs to move like the Overlords out to kind of snipe the Zerglings.
And it seems like such a little thing, but like at least I don't know if that bugs anybody else, but I'm the kind of guy who will go to place my command center once and then look away for 5 minutes and then realize it's been floating there for or that it never builds.
Exactly. It's like you go to do it and then something happens and it doesn't actually do the thing and you completely miss it.
And you just never look there again.
Yeah.
No, but it looks like he's gonna take the top left base. But oh, the Zergling on Burrows. He's on it.
Got it. Yeah.
Notices.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? Is when your opponent does this, like your response kind of has to be to just take 5 bases. This is
and now he's burrowing.
Oh.
I think you could still actually no. I guess you can't place the hatch. I guess it's blocking it.
Yeah. So I think the drones are going to go to build the hatch at the 4th base technically now.
No, they're just going home.
Yeah. I think this is definitely. It feels like Toy Soldiers doesn't know what to do in this situation. Like they've never played this style before. They are going Hydras, which is kind of one of the answers, but like. I don't know, man. Like it feels like the Hydra build feels kind of flimsy. Like it feels like the opponent should be able to just go and go up to 5 bases, just straight up. Just go build 3 extra hatcheries and yeah.
I was gonna say like this is gonna be a Hydra.
Oh, it's gonna be Hydra.
This is gonna be just like the Bold Eagle game.
I mean, Nagnar is experienced with this style, so like they kind of have that advantage implicitly. Muta's gonna come in, put a lot of damage on.
The control is strong with this one.
Yeah, take out 2 spore colonies. The thing is, like, the other issue is like the Mutas could have just come in, target fire drones and backed out. Come in, target fire drones and backed up. Like they don't have to kill the spore colonies.
Right.
I don't know. Again, I am just a Protoss player. I only appreciate this
opinion
matchup.
Discarded.
Yeah, I can only appreciate this matchup. I do not actually play it, so
yeah.
It's game is hard, you know.
Yeah. Protoss player, opinion discarded.
You are incorrect,
sir. Looks like Nagnar is finally going to take a third. Toy Soldiers is third up. And Toy Soldiers finally making Hydralisks.
There we go. But Nagnar already has the lead, because I'm pretty sure they have 2-2 on the way. Yeah.
He's also got lurkers. Like, he's got lurkers out. This is going to be Hydra Lurker. Yeah.
And Nagnar undisputably has the lead in that.
Yeah, Nagnar's just got, like, he's been very good at just, like, getting ahead in these CBZs that, like...
Squeezing out the extra drones where they can.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really good sense of being like, oh, I can just afford to have, like, 10 more drones than you. And playing to that style, and I think that's been very effective. And Toy Soldiers kind of has been falling behind it. Completely, yeah.
I mean... Like, Toy Soldiers technically has, like, the bigger army, but, like, as long as Nagnar is, I don't know, doesn't attack, like, I don't know. They both got, I don't know. So the Muta's a +2 attack, the Hydras have 2-2, and he's got Hydra Scourge, like, there's more than a control group of Scourge here. depending on if like.
No, and that's good, right? Because the Scourge, if a
Yeah.
single Scourge connects on a single Mutalisk, then they can, like the Hydras can clean up, right?
Yeah. Oh, the mutas are coming around to harass the 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I think that should be enough to like deny the space. Because I don't think the Hydras can really fight up into here.
Yeah, like, but the Scourge. I mean,
come
there's
in.
not gonna be
Lot of
enough
connections.
to
The Hydras are
stop
getting
it.
sandwiched into the main. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you can abuse the lack of mobility that the Hydras have, and especially because of the Sim City, they're gonna get like, sort of like get clumped up by the ramp if he tries to go up there.
And
But no, he just flies over the Hydras.
a
Which,
ton of free damage. You can see that the Hydras at like this many numbers, they just melt through the Mutalisks.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Nagnar is in a great position, right? So much of Toy Soldier's army is still wrapped up in mutas. They are behind twice over in upgrades for their ground-based army. It actually seems like Toy Soldiers is committing to the air base, though. I mean, they're getting +1 armor, and they're continually producing Mutalisks, so I think this is just going to be Hydra versus Muta. And I think the Hydras have the advantage in that.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
Aye. You ever just like, I don't know, like you ever get bored of just saying yeah, and you just say like something alternative instead, like I. Like every once in a while, I just say I because I just get bored of saying yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of boring. It's like, you know, everyone says yeah.
You say yeah
There's
a bunch
so
of
many
times.
alternatives
Eventually,
you
you're
can
like,
use. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Affirmative.
affirmative, my duders,
My what?
my duders,
Hello, my dude.
my dude.
Bruh, Toy Soldiers is... Oh my god. Oh yeah, Nagnar has +2 armor. That's why Toy Soldiers lost... That Zergling lost that fight, even though the Zergling got like 3 extra hits in. Okay, going up to 4 bases for Toy Soldiers. Nagnar is still on 3, but I'm sure that their 3rd base is not far behind.
Yeah, we're that is a lot of Mutalisks. That's like 3 control groups, right? Like 1, 2.
Holy
That's
shit.
got to be 3, maybe 4. It's hard to tell. Like,
it's a true flock of Mutalisks.
yeah. Now
yeah.
this is a swarm of Mutalisks, if you will.
Yeah, Toy Soldiers going up to Hive. Nagnar's already on Hive. You know what? Hangs in the chat says, "Where's the Plague-oo?" And I agree. Plague is such an overpowered ability, but it only ever sees play in ZV. In ZV like T and P. You could play like a Plague on these Hydras, and then the Mutas just come in and bounce shot kill everything, or Plague on like the entire Muta clump, and the Hydras one shot every single one of them. Like that's pretty broken.
Also, knowing that Toy Soldier still has a large Mutaflock, like acid spores would still be also useful here. Like
getting a couple Devours, like 1 or 2.
Yeah, like you get some like maybe a few Devours, you get some acid spores on the Mutas whenever like you fight with the Hydras, and then.
Yeah, I think that'd be really good too. Let's have a bunch of Hydras out here. Yeah, Greater Spire coming out from Toy Soldiers, so we should be seeing some Guardians soon.
Some Guardians?
Some Guardians.
I see.
Yeah. A little Muta task force running out about to be completely murdered.
They were like, nope.
Nope, no.
Nope. Like, they sent out the, like, Spetsnaz unit of, like, Mutalisks, and they're
just like,
they're
oh,
like, nope.
No.
They're just like, nope.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Hydras are really good. Oh, Gamete Meiosis! Nagnar is getting queens. So this is I remember I had one ZVZ instruction. I attended a ZVZ instructional session on how to do Hydras, and apparently, Ensnare is really good versus Mutas.
Good to know.
Because it makes it so that the Hydras can catch them. It completely removes the Muta's mobility, and it also slows down the Muta attacks. Now we do have a lot of lurkers set up. We do also.
Could you still do Ensnare if you're doing Muta v Muta?
Yeah, I think you. I think so, because I think the Ensnare still slows down the Muta attack. Also has 7 Guardians in production. Big attack here from Nagnar. His Hydras are now coalesced at the place of Toy Soldiers Natural. And the contain has started. Toy Soldiers meanwhile has space 4 and 5, kind of kicking into high gear. And once these Guardians start, they can start sieging the Hydras from the high ground. But it looks like the Hydras are going to rotate and try to hit the much more vulnerable 4th and 5th.
Well, if this is Flip Map ZBZ scene, you've clearly missed the last game, shame on you, and some of the preseason matches, which you should go rewatch right now. Actually don't, but...
They were great.
Yeah.
5 more Guardians in production.
Are they still up? They only stay for like 3 weeks, right?
They're uploaded to the official CPL channel now.
Oh, right. And they also stay if you keep them as highlights, right?
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know if I highlighted them. I don't remember if I did that or not. So they Toy Soldiers has a lot of army. It's all sitting at home and not actually doing anything for them. And I don't know what they're supposed to do here.
He's trying to poke with Lings, but they're not gonna get anything done there.
No.
Also, there's this conga line of Hydras.
Yeah.
They're
like
da
Guardians.
da 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 da.
The Guardians could be sieging them, and they just aren't. And Toy Soldiers getting Defiler, Consume, and...
Yeah, there's a whole control group of Guardians here,
Yeah, I just don't know, right? I don't know, Toy Soldiers, do something! It's he's just sitting there.
He just sits there!
See, but now he's gonna engage, and the Guardians are gonna try to actually, straight up fight the Hydras, but that's not gonna work. I
think it is gonna work.
You're right.
Half of the Hydras aren't even here.
No, if the Guardians get out in the middle of the map and the Hydras get under them, the Guardians are toast. There's no way.
I mean, as long as he has the Mutas with the Guardians...
Yeah, that's fair. Also, we don't have any other Spire upgrades. Toy Soldiers isn't getting any additional ones. He's getting, +2 Carapace. Faster Overlord movement finally being upgraded. I mean, I really think the issue is Toy Soldiers is not taking advantage that he has flyers, you know. And now Nagnar's just all over the map, and the Guardians are going to be really slowly pushing across to try and get some damage done everywhere. A lot of Scourge coming in, but I think the Mutas are going to mostly face tank these. That is actually a lot of Scourge, holy shit. Yeah, that's why the Mutas need to come back and help fight the Scourge to save the Guardians. Damn, Toy Soldiers really is low on gas, huh? Okay, big engagement here. The Scourge from Nagnar are swinging around, and this could be huge. It looks like it's going to be. Oh, it looks like the Scourge are mostly getting caught up on the Mutas. As long as the Guardians stay alive, that's really the investment here from Nagnar, or from Toy Soldiers. They get 1 Guardian, so the majority of them stay alive, and they can continue to assault. The base here.
Yeah. Did you hear that sound? It was the sound of Hydra bones breaking.
Yes, but meanwhile Nagnar is expanding across the map. Toy Soldiers has to break this position so that they can take this base.
Guardians are picking off a few more Hydras.
Yep.
I mean, they're not now, but they were.
But they were.
But they were.
But they were.
Honestly, it probably could, go back and forth with these Guardians and still pick off a few more Hydras that are just chilling here.
I think the issue is, like, I don't know how, but, like, Nagnar just has a way better economy here. I think it's because they have their natural fourth, whereas, like, Toy Soldiers doesn't. They really only have 3 bases. And, like, Nagnar's getting top left, which is huge. If Toy Soldiers gets both bottom right bases, that is it's greatly in their advantage. But the issue is, like,
He's picking off this group of Hydras.
Yeah, that's okay. So he can probably, yeah, the Overlord's getting position, so the Overlord will take out the Lurkers. But now there's the reinforcement Hydras coming from Nagnar. Like I was saying earlier, if Hydras get underneath the Lurkers, they will tear them apart. Also, we have a bunch more Scourge coming in to help take out Guardians, and the Guardians are getting flanked on both sides, and the Guardian numbers are getting completely evaporated. That's why you need the Mutas to kind of help tank for them. But no, yeah, the Guardians are going to get picked off and taken out. It's like
Yeah.
a Fling Flood is going to try to take the top left or like fight that area, but it's not going to work.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Nagnar.
Also, Nagnar is like a circle syndrome. He's like going around to his side of the map. Well, it's not a thing in Brood War, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I would explain what circle syndrome is, but there's no point. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I don't know. I just, I think that Toy Soldiers just, I think there's an execution. I think Guardians can work versus Hydras, but you have to be really careful with them.
Yeah.
I think now Nagnar can just kind of run over Toy Soldiers. Hydras are on 3-3. That's the other thing, right? Hydras have been on 3-3 for so long, and Toy Soldiers has had only +1 air, like...
And he has 2-2 on his ground units, so...
Yeah, like Nagnar is... Toy Soldiers 2-2 on his ground units when ground units weren't his main units, right? He shouldn't have gotten the attack upgrades. He should have just been focusing on the air upgrades.
Nagnar just wins this now. We should see GG at any moment, like...
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, Nagnar takes the game with the Hydra strategies. It works.
It works, just as advertised.
It just works. And with that, Nagnar takes the game for their team.
Gets one on the board.
Gets one on the board. Nagnar was prevented the 4-0 for the Lettuce Attack team, and the United Emu Directorate does get 1 win in their Tier 0 of Week 2. Yeah, that's our score for the day. I don't think there's any other casts planned for the day. I should probably check. Let me check. Yep, doesn't look like there's any other cast planned for the day. So, shout out to our final score is Kiko 2-1 over lightswarm, naklar 2-0 over SesioM, SR.Jedi_1 2-0 over Neblime, and Nagnar is 2-1 over Toy Soldiers. Lettuce Attack gets 3 points on the board, while the United Emu Directorate gets 1 point on the board. That'll be it for the cast. Let's see if there's someone we can raid. Thanks for helping cast, character. Shout out to character. God.
No problem.
God tier co-caster.
I wouldn't go that high.
Yeah, we're going that high. All right. Let's go ahead and get set up for tossing this over.
Are we tossing it over to a toss? Or are we raiding the Zerg?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yeah. We're gonna toss it over to whoever is first. Is DeWalta Terran or a Protoss?
It's Protoss.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure DeWalt's Protoss, right? I don't.
Yeah, hold on.
I feel like I should know.
Actually, I think he might be Terran.
I'm pretty sure. Well, isn't I thought he's. No, he's a Protoss player, right?
All right, fine.
Am I tripping?
We'll raid
Hold
DeWalt /raid DeWalt TV. He is a television based on the tool brand of Lowe's.
The
Home
tools.
Depot
Yeah,
tools.
yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yes.
To be fair, whenever someone says the name DeWalt, I immediately associate it with the yellow and black tools.
Well, there are Protoss in this game, but he is playing Terran. So let's just start that raid. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me get over to our organic screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is
thanks.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say thanks for watching, yeah, we'll be back next week with more Coach-Pupil League casts. Play in the league. If you're not in the league, go join the league, and
Or else.
play those games. If you liked
Or
the
else.
channel, do a big ol' follow, or yeah,
Else.
or else. Also, go follow CoachPupilLeague.tv on Twitch. Do you have a Twitch channel? Can we shill for you too?
Yeah, sure. My Twitch just character underscore. Well, it's like character, but instead of an E, there's an underscore, capital R.
There you go. Go do
So
that.
yeah, Twitch TV / character underscore R.
There you go. Go to there. Follow that. And yeah.
I mean, I don't stream very often, but if I did my own cast, that's where it'd be. So I'm not. You don't have to follow. Like, it's especially since I almost never stream or cast. But
Oh yeah.
if I do, that's where it'd be.
All right, we're rating now. 3, 2,
Now.
1. Thank you so much for watching.
Go.
Don't forget, follow. Bye.
Go go go.
Okay. And we're out.